welcome back, everyone, to the last lap. Number 2 of 2. I'm here, Tommo. Of course I'm here, obviously back again. Unfortunately, we've already had Niran ghost, okay?
Yeah.
Shame on him.
He's at
Zandvoort this weekend at the race, so I hope you're having a good time, Niran. But of course, we've got plenty of guests. No sweat, no wonder, as you can see, sat next to me. We'll start with Cal and Chip, first and foremost.
Hello.
Also, boys, part of, you are not just any old guest, you are part of this story. Maybe tell everyone what involvement you two have had in the last lap.
Oh, wow. That makes it sound like quite emotional, quite deep.
Is.
Yeah.
Mate, it is.
I decided the shape of the desk. That's what I did.
We were there like, you know what? This F1 space is missing the best watch-along show ever. And so we reached out to you guys and we thought, why don't we make something together? Why don't we make something really cool? And then, even the lighting is better today. Already, upgrades have been made.
We're not pink anymore. As much as I love pink, as much as that's a big part of my personal brand, it's all red today. And it's looking a lot slicker, a lot fresher. But also, alongside these two, you might notice there's a hell of a shirt on the end of this table. Welcome, Engine Mode 11, otherwise known as Dan. What do you go by at home? Does the missus call you Engine Mode?
No, it's Daniel if I'm in trouble. I'm just sort of Dan any other time. But
welcome, mate. Thank you so much for coming on.
That's all right. That's all right.
To everyone who, you should know who Dan is, but we actually have someone who has genuine, unadulterated wheel knowledge. Because where were you working before your current place of employment, Dan?
It was just a little small company called Red Bull Racing.
Oh.
Don't know if you've heard of them. Did 6 years there as a senior systems engineer, and then left.
Can you explain what that is?
Yeah. So
what did you do?
Basically, I made sure Helmut Marko could open his emails on his iPhone. It was getting all the data from the FIA, FOM, and sort of making sure it all came through correctly on the GPS system. Basically, anything data related was my responsibility.
Was it stressful?
Yeah.
Really? Did you ever mess anything up? Did you get fired or did you leave?
Oh, no. Well, the popular conspiracy is I got fired.
Yeah. Yes.
People
love
enjoy
to
that, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
But no, truth is I got 3 small children at home, and it's just a bit much, sort of being away from them a lot.
So you would travel around, go to all the races. Which was your favorite place to go to? What was your favorite race?
You know what? It's really underrated, but Barcelona.
Really?
Yeah.
Circuit de Catalunya.
Yeah, I mean, the circuit itself
Barcelona.
is a bit ropey.
It's a great city.
Yeah.
Did you ever get your phone nicked? I heard everyone's phone gets nicked there.
No.
Everything.
No, but seriously, I've heard Barcelona is like
there is a bit of a
spot where you get your phone nicked.
It's also
for
sunny
sure.
most of the time.
But we've spoken before, Dad. You've got some unreal stories, and we will get into those later on down the line for sure. But first of all, let's talk about this weekend, round 15, Zandvoort. We've got a little race graphic that I think we can chuck up on screen with the.
Oh wow!
First of all, Zandvoort's not been on the calendar for long, but prediction-wise.
Mate, you don't have Max in your top 5, Tom.
Listen.
Explain it to me.
Listen, right? Max is either winning this race or is not finishing. There's no in-between. And for any chance of a championship fight to still be alive, he can't be scoring big points this weekend. So I'm going with the Copium. I think this is Lewis's best chance as well. If he doesn't win this weekend,
it's done.
I don't think that Mercedes car is going to be competitive enough. But you agree, Cal?
Yeah.
Well, at least about Lewis.
Yeah, no, we're getting a Mercedes 1-2 here. Max have decided just to put in 4th. But honestly, I was similar to you. I didn't even want to put him in my top 5. Right? But he's there because I just think, do you know what? I just feel like people were going to get angry at me if he wasn't in the top 5. But if I'm being totally truthful, I'd like to get rid of him.
Okay.
So
no, you can't change now, man.
I know.
Don't start flip-flopping. Like,
know.
we're Team Hamilton. You two boys, Team Verstappen.
Yeah.
I mean,
he brings it home.
What's the
simple
Why
stuff.
would you put Max first? I mean, how is he good? Possibly. Of course, he's. Come on, surely that's the easy pick.
Yeah, it is the easy pick. Mine is it's like a template finish like that. Most people would go with that. I would say. I think mine looks pretty good.
Well, both of yours are almost
Very
identical,
similar.
except for the bottom two.
And that's a compliment to me, I would say. If I've got a similar prediction to Dan, that's a dub.
But Dan, for you to put Sergio Perez P5, Max P1, what do you make of that discrepancy that we're seeing between them two at the minute?
Different floors.
True.
There's a different floor on Sergio's car. Max tried it in Belgium, I believe, and said he didn't like it. So he's gone back to the previous version, and it's clearly working for him. And in terms of this race, Max has got a extra set of new softs available to him. And, you know, this side of the table is just clear wheel knowledge, so we know what we're talking about.
Oh, you put a lot of pressure on me there.
Listen.
I would do anything for Lewis to win here with all these Dutch people in the like you said. I would do anything for a Lewis Hamilton knee slide.
Adebayor-esque. In the isn't it got resin in the gravel as well?
Just on the
so
grid.
you couldn't really knee slide in the gravel because of the resin. Although talking of pigeons, pigeons, flares, gravel. No, because the whole reason they put the resin on was they're like, oh, people keep kicking gravel onto the track. But now we've got pigeons.
Yeah.
Now we've got. I mean, Dan, what's the punishment for? What do you think the punishment should be for chucking a flare on the track?
Swift justice on the crowd, which I believe we have seen yesterday.
Yeah, they did get grassed up.
So wait,
did it.
did they just start like barring him?
I mean, I think they just chucked him out.
Yeah, so security sort of went into the grandstand, but by the time security got to him, I think security were actually there to protect him rather than escort him out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that sort of dealt with itself. But
And these pigeons, did you see in the F2 race, there was a pigeon on, like, not next to the track, on the track, like, just walking towards these cars. Like, I'm sorry, like, if I'm walking Minton, like, and we walk past a pigeon, it bolts. These Dutch pigeons are mad.
They're on one. But
What's in the
nothing
water?
compares to the King's Cross pigeons.
What?
The pigeons there in King's Cross are the most fearless animals you will ever see. These things do not care about what you need to do.
Yeah.
I saw one old lady get attacked. But there was a gang of them. I thought they were animals that worked by themselves, but this was a planned attack. So anyways.
You never could have told me this time last weekend we'd be talking about pigeons.
This is the peak of
on this,
F1 on YouTube.
on the
Truly
best
is.
F1 watch-along live show. Don't forget to like the stream, by the way.
You look
and
so
subscribe
good
to
on
the
the
last
stream
lap.
right now.
Thank you.
You look really good.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
You're so kind.
Then it switched to me and I just ruined it all.
Jump scare.
Right, let's have a quick look at Zandvoort track map, just to familiarise ourselves, because we haven't had Zandvoort back on the calendar for particularly long. There is a history of Zandvoort in F1, but we've only returned recently. Cal, Chip, what do you know about Zandvoort? Do you remember the race last year?
I know the bank.
Remember too much?
Extremely steep. I know that. That's about as much as I know. The last year's race, Max led every lap.
Max smashed it.
Okay, there we go. That's about how
The
much as
biggest
I
thing
know.
I remember from that race was Bottas going for fastest lap, even though he was told not to, and being like, I was just having some fun. Because Lewis is going for obviously every point. That's the kind of main thing that stuck him out. It wasn't a memorable one, was it, last year, Dan?
Not really.
It didn't kind of stick well in the memory. But I thought qualifying yesterday was pretty interesting. I think it's a good qualifying session,
It was good. I enjoyed it.
as it goes.
Actually, yeah.
Mercedes robbed.
Well, you think Mercedes were robbed. Do you actually think Lewis would have put it pole
No
right up
doubt
there?
in my mind. He was slapping it.
Front
on
row
pole.
at best. Like close.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
He would have been up there for sure. But obviously, you know, conspiracies will conspire, and it didn't happen. So yeah,
Checo-
today we're getting a 1-2.
Okay. You reckon 1-2?
Helmut Marko
Absolutely.
picked up the phone and said, Checo, have
Ring,
it
ring.
in, mate.
I did find it funny, the camera operator. You saw Checo spun, and then it immediately cuts to obviously Max Verstappen's half of the garage celebrating.
Yes, I saw that.
And it just adds to the whole conspiracy against. But one thing I will I'll ask you, Dan. I do worry that Red Bull in a position where they can deliver Max a fantastic car that he can get everything out of, but they're really struggling now to have a teammate who can get anywhere near. And from a constructor's point of view, at least, which I know from a team point of view is a priority, when you look at how close George and Lewis are, how close now I feel like Carlos and Charles are, do you think this could be a stumbling block from Red Bull long term from a constructor's point of view anyway?
Yeah, definitely long term. I think, you know, look, I love Perez, I rate him, but, you know, Red Bull need, like you say, someone that can keep up with Max. And Checo has shown flashes of that, but it's not consistent enough. But who do you put in that car next to Max that's going to be able to do that? That's the problem. And honestly, I can't think of anyone that is available that you'd stick in that car next to him.
Even if they're not available, who do you think anyone? Like,
I mean,
does anyone come to mind who any of us think could actually hang with Max in this specific car?
Why don't we roll the dice?
Maybe
and
we
get
should.
Danny Rick back in the whip.
Yeah.
Let's
I knew that
do
was
it.
coming.
Look.
Come
Okay.
on.
Be against
Nah,
I don't think that's the worst idea. I'll be honest. I don't think that's the worst idea.
I'm telling you, this side of the table
You're
has wheel knowledge.
I want Gasly back in. Let's just run it back.
Chip's just looking at me like I'm a man. I don't think that's the worst idea, Daniel Ricciardo.
I don't think he would do it.
Do you think it wouldn't?
I don't think he would. I think Red Bull would probably welcome him back, but I don't think Daniel would, because I think for Daniel it'd be like having to carry that sort of I left, now I'm back sort of thing, you know.
But it's the same if he goes back to Alpine. I guess to less of an extent, maybe,
It'd
because
be really sad as well if he returned and he just was keeping up
Stank
this
up the
streak
gap.
of, poor performances. He's just even worse now than when he was.
well, we've seen it with drivers in the past, right? Obviously, like Pierre Gasly, when he was at Red Bull, really struggled, went back to a team that he was more comfortable and familiar with the car, and really impressed over the last kind of 2 years. So you do wonder, obviously, Pierre was at a very different stage of his career to what Daniel is at now. That's the problem. Daniel's kind of at these should be his peak years. This was, he was originally planning on Renault being the ticket. I do worry as well, because he had a really poor qualifying. P17, he's starting today. I do worry that the options, I mean, Alpine, it's Gasly that's being most kind of linked to that seat. It's looking like Williams, Haas.
I don't think Daniel's going to Alpine. I think that's pretty much a done deal for Gasly, to be honest. So
Where do you reckon he goes?
I think
Or is it
bold
he ain't got a seat?
prediction. I think he's done. I think that's
Reckon he
it.
leaves the sport now? Carries on with motorsport, or he just sits out for a couple
I
of
could
years?
see. I
Daniel
could see
would,
him.
yeah.
I could see him in America.
I want to see him at Butmore Park. That's where I want to see that. Get him in that 24-hour race.
Yeah.
He's got his own kart, actually. Daniel Ricciardo kart. His
Really?
own like karting team, yeah.
Where
I've
do
seen
they
Lando's
park?
got
Is
one.
it in Australia?
I think it's like one of them really expensive, like top tier cars, but it's called like Ricardo kart. So he could roll them out. But what do you two think? Do you reckon he's got? Because I know there's a lot of the conversation around Ricardo. That 2020 wasn't a long time ago. He was fantastic in 2020, but because he's been so poor recently, recency bias makes you think, is he finished? Is he not good enough? Like, do you think? What do you two boys think?
I want him back at Alpine.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. I actually would like to see him at Red Bull, and if he does terrible, like give him a short contract, and if he is just like finished, do you know what I mean? Then so be it. Then he can go to America and make loads of money there.
It'd be so unfair on Perez though, just to
Yeah. No,
and get
that's
Ricardo
true. That would be really
especially after what Perez did for Max last year.
Yeah, and the thing
wow,
is,
yeah.
yes, that's very
Wow.
true.
Yeah,
That's
they owe
true.
him one big time for that.
Mate, you were there, Dan. Like, you experienced a lot of last season from an internal point of view.
Yeah.
What's the? Sorry, there's some
there's a
phenomenal
Chat going
comments in the live
crazy.
chat.
Chat going crazy. Appreciate the love, guys. Thank you.
From your perspective, Dan, like obviously being in the team, especially with Checo, he very much kind of embraced that team role and was pivotal in Max winning that championship at the end of the day. Like, from the inside, was that always the kind of direction that was sold to him, or was it?
Yeah, I don't think Checo is under any illusion what he's there to do. He was without a seat for a few weeks until Red Bull turned around and said, we'll take you. So I think he's just grateful to have a seat in F1, to be honest. He's a quality driver, and I think he knows what he's there to do.
Yeah, the man's definitely landed on his feet. Talking of, we've talked about Ricciardo a bit.
Yeah.
I think we've got to talk about Oscar Piastri now, because the news it's all kind of confirmed. We've heard from the CRB.
I can't keep up, man. I can't keep up. I don't know. Who am I getting out of here?
We got to give a shout out to the graphics team, by the way, because it's phenomenal.
going.
job.
Look at this.
Smashing it. Look at that. They put that out yesterday. Was he
He's a
yesterday?
good looking book, by the way. Just want to put that out there.
Handsome
Looks
geezer.
good.
An Aussie for an Aussie at McLaren. Look, there is a lot of... We could spend a lot of time talking about this. I was reading a really good Autosport article this morning, which was kind of detailing as much as we know from... Essentially, it feels like Alpine were kind of flip-flapping on Oscar. they were saying, oh, we'll give you a contract like next week, and then it'd get to next week and it wouldn't happen, and they just kept kicking the can down the line.
Yeah.
He got a bit disenfranchised, and then basically Alpine were like, we'll give you a Williams seat for 1 to 2 years while Alonso and Ocon stay. He wasn't happy with it. Well, he wanted the Alpine seat, which is fair enough because that's a way more competitive seat than the Williams. And now they've lost him entirely. I mean, with Alonso going as well, that kind of forced the hand. Alpine tried to pressure Oscar into staying with that tweet, which I think still up.
Yeah.
The tweet's still up.
It was as of
Alpine
yesterday.
still have that tweet up, which is hilarious.
It's got to
Got to be like their most liked tweet or something.
Yeah, so they're like, we can't get rid of the impressions.
Yeah, the social media team. Like, this is part of their
numbers,
pay, right?
Yeah, good numbers.
But I mean, what do we think? Like, Pie, mate, Pie, thank you, Pie. Pie knows.
The GOAT.
Right?
Wait.
Points again.
He's saying what Albon getting points.
Yeah. Good man, Pie.
No, Albon.
I'll take
Because he's put Albono.
Yeah, Albono.
Albono.
That's what he goes by. That's his
Right.
nickname.
Yeah,
But
fine.
what we said, given what we've seen, what's your impression of the Piastri situation? What are we
I
thinking?
think it's going to be a lot of pressure on him now.
Yeah.
Like more so than if he just stuck it out. Like now he's racing against Lando. There's been a big fiasco around everything, and now there's more eyes on like now you need to perform like more than ever.
Yeah.
Like this is it. You're at
It's an
McLaren.
exciting lineup though.
It is, yeah.
I actually really I'm really excited to see how they go.
How old is he? How is he?
He
Obviously
is
very young.
21.
Okay, and Lando's 22, 3.
23.
Three.
Yeah. It's about 2 years between them. So,
So it's the youngest lineup
yeah.
on the grid.
But it's a huge, that's a joint age. Their joint age is only 3 years younger than Fernando Alonso. Big risk for next year, surely, Dan.
Yeah, so here's my first wild conspiracy of the day, and I'm
love
sure
it.
we'll have some more.
One of many.
So did Alpine, however you want to pronounce it, flip-flop on Piastri because in the background, Alonso was flip-flopping with Alpine?
Maybe. Look, I think there's been a conversation for a long time around even like a lot. You cannot doubt the levels Alonso's been delivering since he returned. You can't doubt that. But with a talent that, this is a talent who's had a similar junior career to the likes of George Russell, Charles Leclerc. So the potential is so high. Risking losing that for the sake of getting a few more really, really good years out of Fernando Alonso, I've always questioned whether it was kind of worth doing. Now they've got neither.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Like how have they managed this? There is no way. And again, when you look at the CRB, all the points they put out about it, it's very much like, Alpine have had to pay all the legal costs for Piastri. They were complaining. Like, it's very much L on the side of Alpine, even though this is a manufacturer team, not even a customer team. Like, fourth quickest car this year. Like, that seat should be like, people should be jumping over each other to get to it. And apparently he's taken a lot of calls, but like, who do we actually think is going to get it?
Gasly.
Is it going to be Gasly?
I like Gasly as well. I like him.
I think Gasly needs it for his career because I think he's not going anywhere at AlphaTauri, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't even think so. Let's say Gasly got the call up to Red Bull. I'm not even sure if Gasly would want it. I think from his time at Red Bull, I think he said in interviews and that he said, I'm not really that bothered about going to the big team at Red Bull anymore. He didn't have a great time.
They kind of rejected him for Perez, didn't they? Really? Because they had a choice to make between the two, and they went with Sergio.
Yeah, Gasly is basically I like the guy, but he's basically a seat warmer at the minute at AlphaTauri.
Yeah, I'd agree.
His only way out is probably going to be another team. Why not Alpine? Double French lineup, French team, living the dream.
Sacre bleu. That could be good.
Monge 2.
Amazing.
But then they'd have
Phenomenal work.
But also, I don't know if you boys know about the whole Ocon, Gasly. There's a bit of history there between the two of them. They kind of grew up through karts together. They're both from the same part of France.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people attributed a lot of... that one of my most successful videos is talking about why they don't get along.
Really?
Why don't they get along?
Well, I mean, again, there's a lot stuff behind the scenes. I think there were certain incidents on track when they were in karts that they just never resolved. Like they used to be like best mates. They used to like stay over each other's houses, and now they're just like I don't know where that is at the minute. Obviously, again, it's drama. Like, how much of it is real? It's like when everyone blew out. You know when Hulkenberg and Magnussen.
Yeah.
And was it Hulkenberg told him to suck his balls? Right.
Yeah.
That's just a bit. I'm not being funny, right? This whole Hamilton Alonso drama we had after last weekend. Like, if you just looked at Twitter, you would think that Fernando and Lewis want to like fight each other.
A war
Like
crime.
KSI and Joe Weller like hate each other.
Yeah.
But actually, like, they've got a lot of respect for each other. I think it all gets kind of a bit blown out of proportion. I think they can make it work.
I think after a point, after a certain age, you're just there. You don't really. It's not the same anymore. Like they don't really have that like early 20s drama and beef.
Yeah.
I did watch a clip actually recently of when I think it was Max went over to Ocon and like started shoving him and stuff after the race because he was there on the mic. He's like, if I see him in the paddock, and I was there like, we need more of this, man. And then in the off season, you stick him in a boxing ring, and we can really create like a sick event. You can be on the KSI undercard.
I was watching a video yesterday about NASCAR revenge, and the amount of scraps you get in NASCAR is hilarious because they just take each other out on purpose.
Pales in comparison, like,
Yeah, that wouldn't fly on F1 Twitter at all.
But we need that.
I mean,
We need that, man. That's entertainment.
there's something about the story. Well, that's what I think made the Hamilton Verstappen dynamic so compelling last year, wasn't
Right.
it? Because it was built up like a boxing fight.
Yeah.
You got
I
these
missed that.
two. It was mad,
crazy.
and as much as the way it ended was a bit sus.
Yeah.
It's disgraceful.
the
It's what
whole-
we're looking for.
The whole season is a collective. It was. We won't get anything like that for a long time. Right, let's have a look at the starting grid then for this Dutch Grand Prix.
Whew.
Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, all split by less than a tenth as well. Are we surprised by how, given, I guess this is a very different track to Spa, right? And Max particularly was miles ahead, but it's a lot closer this weekend. So I think, we should be optimistic for a good race.
Yeah. Max lost some time in FP1, obviously, with his gearbox. The two Ferraris starting behind him open up some interesting decisions around strategy. But it's Ferrari, so they're probably going to put him on the wets for the balance. The Mercedes looked pretty quick.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too quick, because I've said that if either one of them wins, I'm going to shave my beard.
Oh, mate, that would just be so. So you've said that you are going to shave your beard if at any point during
This
season we get any Mercedes driver.
Yep.
Have we got
winning.
any clippers? We've got clippers.
Because I'm ready for it today.
Yeah.
But I do actually have a question from a noob's point of view, from someone that's new. Why is it that the Mercedes can be so quick, or I don't want to say so quick, but much quicker here and much more competitive here, where in the last race they were just so far off it? Like, surely it can't just be the tracks.
The tracks are very different. Like, you look at you've got two of the longest straights. If you count is the Kemmel Straight the longest? It's near there with Baku, I think, is one of the longest.
Takes
And then you've got the
place,
other, what's the one with the left-hand kink? I can never remember.
at Spa.
At Spa, yeah.
Do not ask me
before
names.
before the chicane.
Corner names.
But it's got two of like the longest full throttle sections. Whereas Zandvoort is basically a go-kart track with like one straight.
Yeah,
So there's such a the way that you set up the car, the rear wing, the front wing, the balance is totally different. You couldn't really get two more different tracks, right?
No, and at Spa as well, you have to run the cars slightly higher. And when the Mercedes can't basically run theirs very low, so otherwise they get that really bad porpoising. So when all the cars are sort of at a similar height, it's they're not too far away from each other.
Yeah.
But at Spa, of course, where they have to lift it even more, it's like we see they're nowhere.
They were so far off it, weren't they?
And it's a longer lap as well, so it exaggerates that gap.
So can we expect many overtakes here then, if there is only that one?
They have
How many
extended.
spots do you reckon there are here to overtake?
Realistically, there's one. For turn one, unless you've got a massive pace advantage, you can potentially get it done elsewhere. There's one place to overtake. We saw in the junior races. I mean, I watched the reverse grid sprint race in F2 yesterday, and there were it was really boring, to be honest. They have extended the DRS detection zone, so there's more DRS down that straight, so you're more likely to be able to make a move into turn one. Mm-hmm. But it's not the greatest for overtaking. But look, we thought Spa was going to be a banger last weekend,
And it wasn't.
and it definitely wasn't.
No.
So swings and roundabouts. We should
It's gonna be.
This should be good.
Yeah.
This is
Race
going to
of
be
the
an
season.
unreal race.
It will be a two-stop. Which is good.
Right.
The more pit stops, typically, the better. It's like if Monaco was definitely a two-stop, it would be a much better race, in my opinion. Also, I wanted to ask you two boys because we haven't really we haven't addressed the cow and chip wheel knowledge.
You started watching it at the same time.
Yeah. When did it begin for you two boys?
So, not last season, was it?
No, but like
season
2 or 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
We started watching it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just started, do you know, we have to give a big shout out to Will N.E. because Will N.E. has been like a massive F1 fan for a long time now. And he was always sort of there, like, he would talk about it in bits, but obviously if you've not really got any of us to speak about it with, and then just slowly over time. And honestly, like, I am proud to say that I got back into F1 because of Drive to Survive. I know people are like, oh my God, just another Drive to Survive fan. Well, fuck you. Yeah.
He's flying the flag.
No, because that's what F1 was missing, was an easy way to get people involved in the storylines.
It's true.
Right?
It's
and
very
a
true.
quick way for people to catch up. It was like a highlight on the storylines. Otherwise, you're just watching cars go round a track, right? You can go watch a go-karting race if you want to see that, right? It's all about the drama and understanding, having it easily explained to you. That's how you enjoy it. And so, yeah, I'm proud to say.
No, Drive to Survive's done a lot for the sport. There are a lot of people that
Massively.
hate it, but no, because it is very exaggerated. Some of the plot points.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like how they
scene.
like create their own drama almost.
They
And
got.
I think
they
they've said they're stopping that.
Are they stopping it?
Well, yeah, because otherwise none of the drivers want to be part of it, right?
I guess
Max has said he won't be a part
Yeah.
of it because
Which is a shame.
I think there's always I think, it's been guilty of maybe over
Doing it.
exaggerating certain things, but I don't know. For me, when I watch it, I'm not looking for an ultra, factual breakdown. I'm not looking for a season review. I'm looking for a bit of insight behind the scenes. Like when I watch it, I guess my expectations are kind of different in my. But what about you, Dan? Because obviously you actually know more than anyone what can go on behind the scenes. Like,
so
how do you look at it?
I hate it, but I appreciate and respect what it's done in terms of bringing more fans into the sport and things like that. It's just when I watch it, it's real nerdy and picky, but like they'll say they're at Silverstone and then they'll switch to the garage and it's actually the Barcelona garages for a shot. It's just like, what? So it's little things like that.
That's kind of like people that like make movies and then they can see all the things. They're like, oh, well, that doesn't make sense because that wouldn't be happen in real life. Do you know what I mean? Like if you make a movie, you can pick the plot holes in it and things like that.
But that's the kind of stuff that only people really into F1 are going to pick up on.
Yeah.
The vast majority of people are never going to know, and it's not going to actually matter. And I guess that's what I mean. When I watch it, I'm expecting that kind of shit, so I'm not too frustrated when I see it.
I'm actually quite glad I don't have your level of wheel knowledge because that would just ruin it for me. And so I totally understand why you don't like it because that would do my head in. So fortunately, I'm not at that level, so I can still enjoy it on an extremely surface level.
I think F1 as a sport, I think it rewards, the more you do learn, the more you kind of involve yourself into it because there's so much going on. It's not as... You can't, if you just watch football, like you can pretty much see everything that's happening just on the screen. There's so many more. I think it gets, for me, it gets more, the more I've learnt about it, the more rewarding I find.
100%. Like once I started getting into it, I just jumped straight on the Reddit, get subscribed to all those subreddits, F1 technical. I tried that one, but even though that one is a little bit too intense.
Formula
Dank.
Yes.
Come on. That's the spot, man.
Follow all the Insta pages and then get on the F1 Twitter, which is it's quite some place.
Shout out Daka44 actually. He does the best F1 edits. He doesn't do them very often because they're so good, but he does the best meme edits.
Sick.
Is it as good as real 3D though? And Magic Alonso?
Oh, really 3D?
Yeah.
Have you seen really 3D before?
I'm not
right, we'll stick it in the WhatsApp after this.
Okay.
Really 3D is so good.
Ooh,
shout out anyone in live chat who knows what we're talking about. Really 3D.
Hamilton on the mediums.
Yeah, here we go. Right, Verstappen. Soft. So Lewis going for something a bit different, and George actually. Interesting.
I've got good faith in this race. There's something telling me
something brewing
because we've rocked up all of us there.
Well, this is one of those. It's a real challenge in qualifying to hook up a lap around here because there's no margin for error, and that's kind of why I like Monaco. But the racing
A
quality.
lot of Magic Alonso shouts in the chat.
It's quite cloudy, doesn't it?
Everybody knows.
Really, 3D is so good.
Fernando
Magic
Alonso
Alonso.
himself is in the chat. He's bold.
Wait, he's got picture.
Oh,
He's got Twitter in his car. He's just got a little,
on the wheel.
Yeah, just in the middle.
People
Just in
are
the
actually
top of
making
the-
a point about it looks like quite foggy out there.
That's probably just the orange smoke grenades going.
Yeah, true.
Well, Zandvoort is right on the coast. You've got the beach right there. They were talking about track evolution being quite high because of sand getting chucked on to the circuit. So
Okay.
the more you run around, the quicker you get.
Well, you
And
saw that
it's-
yesterday in qualifying.
I'm just glad we've got 2 stops.
I would love to go to
Yeah.
this race, but I bet afterwards it's just a massive piss up.
Zandy's.
But I can
Gotta be
imagine
on
it's
the list.
almost a bit like a funeral if Max gets
doesn't win.
outdone.
Yeah.
This is why I really want Lewis to win.
Come on, man, we need this.
If Max retires on lap 1, I want to see how many empty grandstands.
That's a very
Oh my
good point.
gosh, could you imagine?
It is. The following's insane. I think that's the thing. Like, Austria kind of became a home race for Max because we didn't have a Dutch Grand Prix for so long, for most of his career. But I think since, I mean, it's 98% Verstappen, isn't it, at Zandvoort? Shout out anyone who's there who's not a Verstappen fan as well. I respect that.
Did the track only just come back last year? Is that what that's saying right
yeah.
there?
Yeah, it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then before that, 1985.
Long time ago. Oof.
Did not know.
I think it was meant to be.
All right, knowledge.
It's on the screen.
Oh, okay.
It's on the screen.
You should have told them that. Why didn't you tell them that?
Mate, you had me on.
You could have got away with
strings
that.
there.
Ooh,
No,
Max,
can't be a fraud.
Max got a little bit of a lock on that his front left.
So what can we expect from turn 1? Can we expect anything? Do you reckon it should be a bit of carnage
So-
here, or
Bit of turn 1 terrorism.
Yeah, is there going to
Pole
be a
position
pile up? Or?
is on the outside, and we saw that in the
Okay.
F2 sprint race. That Marcus Armstrong, who started P2, chucked one up the inside, led the race and won.
Wow.
So obviously we've got Leclerc starting P2. If he gets a good start, he can definitely chuck one up the inside.
we've got Charles's
intense.
biggest fan here, by the way, in Chip.
I'm also Max's biggest fan. I'm such a fraud.
Yeah.
I love them both.
But no, if you were to pick one though, and you had to support them, who we go?
I wanted Leclerc to win this season because Max already had his win.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
either
not
or.
happening. That's
Either,
not happening
either
with this
or, I don't
Ferrari
mind.
team.
Yeah, and
God, that's my goat right
I love
there.
his vlogs as well.
Here we go, everyone.
Yes.
Quality stuff.
Yeah, he's got good content.
Oh, please, just I
Right.
want carnage on this.
Latifi pulls in. Green flag is out. 1, 2,
really tense. Oh,
3, 4, 5. Let's go.
Let's go!
Go shot. Up the inside. No, Max covers him
not
off.
happening. No,
That's it.
Oh,
Great getaway from Max.
Is that
Up the inside. Contact with Science. Subtle contact. He's okay.
He's fine.
Oh, he's
it's
fine.
good.
Lando's right
He
up there
did
as well.
send that,
Perez
though.
is.
He really
mate.
sent that.
Oh,
my
mate, that
heart
was
beating.
sketchy. Stroll up the
Someone's on
inside
the
of George
inside,
Russell.
yeah.
Go on, Lance. Here we go. Mick Schumacher's still up there.
Please don't let Verstappen.
He's just running away with it, man.
leave
I'm
this
telling you,
whole
running
Max
away
is
race,
with
starting
it.
to
man,
check out
please.
already. Clean first few corners. Don't always get
Ricardo make up some places, or am I tripping?
that. I think Lando qualified quite well, so he'll be there.
How do you think McLaren will get on today?
Ooh, it wasn't good qualifying, was it for
Where
them?
is he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's still at the back. 17,
I've not got.
18,
I mean,
think.
Orange Army. Maybe they can feed off that a bit, even though it's not really for them, is it? But
Harness that power.
They're just going around thinking the orange smoke's for them. Why not?
well, Lewis has done well. He's on the medium tyre, so if he can just hold on to position, he might be in a strong place towards the end of the race.
Did George drop down a spot there?
Yes,
because he started-
lost position to Lando.
Yeah.
Perez needs to overtake Hamilton to make this strategy work.
I think Ocon's had a worldie of a start up to P9. I think he qualified next to Alonso.
Yeah, he did.
13th.
Yeah.
So well done, Esteban.
Oh,
Here we go.
it's a scrap.
So how
Gasly
steep?
wide.
How steep is that turn 3?
Banking's mad.
A lot steeper in real life than what it looks like on the telly.
Yeah. Look, I saw a picture of someone.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Pass into the wall.
Back onto the trap.
Has he made it?
Oh, no way.
way.
Oh,
No,
Kevin
Rear tyres
Magnussen.
done.
No.
Nah.
K-Mag.
One of his tires looks finished.
Out wide, going through turn 2. Hits the gravel.
I see that resin
Clips
gravel
the wall.
in a lot of use.
Do you reckon that rear left is damaged, Dan?
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
but enough to retire the car, or just
Get him to the pit.
because it probably wouldn't be a flat tire, would it? It's probably suspension damage.
No, it looked like the rim was broken. So
Ugh. Not good for K-Mag. He's
Where
been
was
guilty
he
of that a few
running?
times this year, like oversending it at the start of the race, and then not that he qualified particularly well, but
How do you think he's done in general this season so far?
I think considering he had a year out, pretty good.
yeah. For a year out, I think he's done really well, and he certainly put the pressure on Mick for sure.
Here we go. Can Charles keep up with Max?
Jeez, look at these
Just
gaps
over a
already.
second. That
He's
gap.
out that DRS zone.
Fastest lap, Max Verstappen. He knows he needs to get the hammer down. Car is okay according to K-Mag.
He can't see that back lap.
he doesn't know what's going on there.
The mirror just ain't showing him what is actually
If it
happening.
was, he's a
Here we
lucky
go.
boy. Yeah,
Have
race
another
start.
look at this start then.
You see Max just
Instantly.
gets a
Covered
good
him off.
move, just chops across Charles here, which is not what Clement Novelak could do on
Got my eyes on Hamilton. He actually...
Friday.
No, it's not here, is it?
I wonder if Hamilton and Sainz actually had contact there.
You look like it.
It looked very close.
I think they were saying on the commentary that it was
No.
they didn't actually touch, but it was really close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perez got a good start, but then was cut off by Hamilton. So
Here we go. On board with Lewis. We'll see now. Yeah, got a good start for mediums as well. Bit less traction on the medium tyre. Here we go.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
contact. That's definitely
Penalised.
contact.
Just
That's definitely
ever so
it.
slightly.
Just with Carlos's side pod, but everyone looks all right.
yeah,
Very lucky.
same as us, Angela. That's how we feel.
So Dan, are you a Red Bull fan? Obviously,
I
because of your
am a good racing fan.
Okay.
They don't pay me anymore, so I've
Yeah.
got no allegiance. You know,
You got to have like a bit of like a team at least, maybe an underdog team that you're sort of happy to see do well.
underdog team. Probably Haas actually.
Yeah.
They're a proper race team. I like Haas. Got a lot of time for them.
I'd like to see Red Bull do well purely because obviously the people I know that still work there.
Yeah.
George has done him.
Yeah. George up the inside of Lando.
Yep.
Retakes that position. Green flag.
So
all good.
Dan, were you saying that you reckon Perez needs to get ahead of Hamilton here in order for...
Yeah, I think if any of this strategy is going to work for Perez, he needs to use those softs and get in front of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Clearly not happening at the minute, so...
Pronto. What else have we got to look? Bottas 18th. He didn't have a great qualifying either, though. I think the biggest move is probably Esteban Ocon so far.
What about Danny Rick? Is he not up one?
He is up
Did
one.
he
Come
start
on.
18th or 17th?
That was K-Mag.
17th.
17th.
K-Mag falling back, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Hey,
everyone's...
every bit counts.
No, that's true. Marathon, not a sprint.
He didn't put it into the gravel.
Alex on the mediums. Just stay there. Come on, Alex. Albon
So do we
me
reckon
Albon.
Alex is getting in the points here?
Nah, this kind of track doesn't suit the Williams car at all. I think he did a blinder just getting to Q2.
Yeah.
This is a quick car in a straight line. Monza, Albon.
That's Albon
You
time.
wait. All right? All right?
I bet you
wait.
say this about every race coming up, didn't you?
Of course I do.
Definitely does.
I've got to be right
100%.
one time, Dan. All right? I'll just keep beating that drum. What about, Dan, obviously working at Red Bull, that relationship with AlphaTauri, did they feel like more of a cousin, brother team, or was there just no connection at all?
No connection at all, really. I think this is the thing that surprises most people. I think I spoke to like 3 people in my entire 6 years working at Red Bull from AlphaTauri.
Wow.
There's very little relationship between them. AlphaTauri buy some parts off of Red Bull,
Yep.
which they're allowed to do, and I think that's about it, really. There's some shared a wind tunnel now, and they also share the simulator. So,
Yeah.
but other than that,
But I guess you think kind of AlphaTauri's in Faenza in Italy. You're in...
Milton Keynes,
Milton Keynes.
big up.
Milton Keynes is a very strange place.
Yeah,
I was there recently, and it's
It
just
is.
lots of big, weird-looking buildings that are clearly just warehouses.
Well, Yuki didn't fancy it. He moved back to Faenza, didn't he?
Yes, yeah. Well, I think he was told to go back to Faenza.
Yeah, helmet kind of...
Helmet and
I mean,
frames.
I think his performances have improved since, though. I think he had a strong end to last year, and he's been better. Like relative to Gasly, he's been way closer this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And, he learnt all the really important things from England, like swear words. So what else does he need to know?
True. Right, Checo is still 2.5 off of Lewis here. So
Charles is in range,
should be
though.
thinking about it. Yeah. And Hamilton, Hamilton's
Going
close
for
to
it.
science
Come on,
the medium
Hamilton,
tyre as
man.
well.
Let's have him.
This could be a good strategy here for Lewis if
That's a cool graphic. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that is a new one.
I like experiment. Have you seen the new front wing camera they had?
Yeah,
Yeah.
stabilized.
That was good.
Very good.
I enjoyed that.
It's important though. I think the sport has to. The overwhelming majority of people are watching at home, so the more they can do to. But also, some of it maybe is a bit too gimmicky. I would say there's definitely a line.
What, you didn't like that drone shot they used? I think was it the first? Was it?
Spain.
Was it the
Make you
second?
feel sick at
Spain,
Spain, man.
yeah.
Something, yeah.
It was horrific.
That was phenomenal.
Dizzy, man.
I felt like they just gave anyone, like a fan, a drone and just said, sling this around the track, and we'll cut to it occasionally.
What about the guy with a jetpack in Spa?
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw this.
Yeah.
That was so
That is sick. What a cool job. Like,
classic Red. That must have been Red Bull arranged, surely.
Love a little stunt.
Well, they
Yeah.
did. They did. Was it Yuki versus Max driving in reverse,
Yeah.
and Yuki just binned it straight into a wall.
Good old Yuki.
Hamilton's going to do him, you know.
Mate, this is impressive that Lewis
Yeah.
is
Come on,
sticking on the back
holding
of
on.
science on the medium tyre. Eh? Very impressive.
When are we going to see the first pit stops coming in?
72 laps.
One's on most of
Short
them on
laps.
softs.
I reckon 20, 15, 20 probably.
So will Hamilton go further than that
Yeah.
because he's on the mediums then?
Yeah.
So what, he'll be around the 30 marker or?
And then he's, I guess, hoping for a nice light car at the end of the race, stick softs on, make some progress.
Mate, it's,
Perez's tyres are 11 laps old already because he's already used them.
And science can't hang with Leclerc here. He's that gap. I guess because Carlos doesn't have the RS from Charles, that's helping Lewis catch up here.
come on, he's going to do it, man. I'm so excited for this.
Max is
That's Alonso having a sniff at Gasly, but
0.5 ahead.
Yeah, he's pulling away a little bit from Charles here. For a brief moment. he
this
was within range.
this is the kind of race you really need to capitalise on the start or the restart if there's a safety car or whatever, because you're just going to get trains. That's what we're seeing at the minute.
I missed the safety car restart where Max was allowed to edge up next to the car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It
They
was such
stopped that,
shit house
didn't
where I loved it.
Yeah.
They got rid of it.
Nah, it was disgusting, man.
It was funny every time it
disgusting.
happened because it was really playing with the limit.
Yeah.
I'm glad they brought that in. But yeah, you're right. That was funny.
But that rule was always there. It's just like Max was the first one to sort of really take the piss out
To
of
push that limit,
Yeah.
definitely.
it. I love that.
But I think you've got to have a degree. But it's like you always talk about Fernando Alonso, like he's always, working on another level to everyone else with all these little, time saves and strats he's doing. What he pulled at Russia when he was going around the bollard and he just didn't take the corner.
Yep.
And legally was able to essentially cut the corner.
Yeah, big fan of that.
I'm here for that.
Going to be 2 seconds ahead soon.
yeah.
Although Leclerc does have the fastest lap.
Yeah,
Pretty
look,
much right now,
they
but-
just said to Max they're expecting the Ferraris to push. But yeah, it's 1.7. I think Leclerc's probably just managing that gap for now.
You think he's happy to sit here?
The thing is, if you get too close, then you just overheat your tyres. Unless you really think you can get a move done, it's probably worth just holding position.
Yeah.
Lewis is driving a really good
But
race.
do you know what? Just whatever Ferrari do is wrong.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I'm just
Genuinely excited
bruv,
to see
it's
the
every
Ferrari
week.
strategy today. What's in the lucky bag today?
Yeah.
What we get?
What have they
Ferrari?
picked out? What have they decided? They might just do one stop, man.
It's such a
Who
shame.
knows?
But I was
so-
saying at the start, Dan, I was saying I worry that Red Bull won't be able to manage constructors because of that gap between Verstappen and whoever his teammate is.
Yeah.
It
doesn't
doesn't
But
matter.
actually, no, it's fine because
Yeah.
Ferrari
This
are
year,
next
yeah.
best and they'll cock it up themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to learn though. They have. I know Mattia Binotto likes to. He's very much defend the team. I understand, but I think behind the scenes, surely there's some conversations.
He reminds me of a Disney character. The curly hair.
Yeah.
Feel like I could
think
see him in a
I've got-
Pixar.
yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Well, his strategies are straight out of a Disney playbook.
There we go.
Yeah.
Fernando
just got
Alonso
moved on.
makes the move on Pierre Gasly. Well done, Fernando. There's clearly a big pace deficit between the Alpine and AlphaTauri because he actually got that move done pretty comfortably in the end.
So do you think with Binotto, do you think it's his? Is it him, or is it the people he works with? Like, does he have to get rid of the people he works with, or do you actually just have to get rid of him? Like, how much involvement does he have in these strategy calls?
You have to.
Because they're so bad.
If you're going to fully evaluate Ferrari, you also have to give them credit for producing an amazing car, because they were on par with McLaren last year. You look where McLaren are now relative to Ferrari. He's a technical man. His background is technical, and he can clearly be part of that team and produce a fantastic racing car. The car isn't really the issue this year. You've had mistakes from Charles. You've had terrible strategy blunders. That's been the bigger component. I think engines blowing up, because isn't it, Dan, that you can't bring performance-rated upgrades to the engines, but you can bring reliability ones, right?
Correct, yep.
So, I don't know. I think that you can definitely argue that Mattia's not the right man in that job, but he definitely, you have to give him the credit for that. But also, when the strategies are so consistently so bad, there has to be questions.
Accountability.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
And he's the man at the top of the chain at the end of the day. So he has to take responsibility.
Yeah, but if it turns around and Ferrari just sort of say at the end of the season, see you later, Binotto, but don't change anything else within the team, what can they expect? I think it's got to be either a mass cull or none at all. I think.
Really? So you think it actually has to be like a full change out rather than just getting rid of a few people?
They have
got rid of anyone, have they?
No,
so far?
they got a championship winning car, but they're not a championship winning team at the minute.
Yeah.
Interesting move there from Kevin Magnussen, trying to go up the inside of Nicholas Latifi into turn one and doesn't make it stick. Unlucky Kev.
Big up Latifi.
Almost went into... Oh, Nick. Well, I guess now that it's almost certainly confirmed that Williams were prepared to take Piastri on loan, I wonder how Nicky feels about that, because that's pretty much confirmed now that Williams were going to replace him with Piastri, and they probably still are, right?
Latifi needs to go. What he did, I'll never forgive him.
Poor bloke.
I can't.
It's his third season. It's his third season.
I'm sorry.
You can't.
I can't, man. It's just.
Do you think that Latifi needs to go?
Oh, yeah. It's his third season.
Yeah.
We've had more than enough time.
So who comes in?
It's a good question. Williams, who do they bring in? I mean, Logan Sargent's doing well in F2, although he had a big shunt in the feature race earlier. If he gets P5, he gets the super license points. So he's an option.
Oh,
Daniel Ricciardo into the
lap
pits.
12. That's quite an early stop.
Daniel Ricciardo, is he an option maybe?
Sorry, I've missed that.
I'll go for
lap 12, Danny Rick and someone else who was at Gasly.
Gasly in the pits.
The pit start in lap 12, yeah. So a little bit earlier than expected. They're talking about higher deg on this track, and that's what we're seeing.
Vettel as well.
Said on the radio that the track was very green.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
So
what says that?
Green. Go on, Dan.
No, Tommo. I want to. Please, by all means, Tommo.
So green, as far as I'm aware, green. I feel under pressure now because I know he'll call me straight out.
Come on, let's hear it.
No, it means that there's not much rubber on the track, so the track doesn't have a lot of grip. But as a session goes on, as cars continue to go around, they drop more Pirelli rubber on the track, and that gives more grip as the session goes on. So if a track's quite green, it's quite low grip, basically.
Right.
A-star.
Is that right?
A-star.
Yeah.
Well done,
Wow.
Tommo.
Fantastic wheel knowledge.
Baby, I'm here for
I'd
it.
have been the first to call you out if it was wrong, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'd have thrown him straight under the bus. I got that wrong.
Well, actually, we do have which we might do, maybe not just yet, but we've got a quiz we're going to rattle through, which will test all of our wheel knowledge and all of you watching at home as
Alonso's
well.
gone on the hard.
I'll be happy to get
We
one
got to
right.
split up the Mercedes side of the table and the Red Bull.
So you tell me I get down on my team?
Yeah. You lucky. You get me, Tommo.
Buzzing. I'm so chuffed. Yeah, Alonso's just gone onto the hards. Interesting. What do you think of that, Dan?
And he's going to go to the end of the race, I think.
Yeah, one
I
stop.
don't know if it will work, but
I guess
see.
Alonso was kind of stuck in a bit of a train, so maybe it's worth the roll of the dice. And that's a quick car, that Alpine.
Yeah.
So who else just pitted there? And I saw two more people pit, right?
Yeah, so we've got...
Guan Yu Zhou, I think, did he just pit?
Yeah, Joe's pitted,
Yeah,
Gasly's pitted, Vettel and Ricciardo have all pitted.
What do you think of Joe as a driver?
I think he's given a good account of himself. I think he's done a better job than all the rookies did last year.
Yeah.
But then also you could say the rookies last year maybe set quite a low standard because we've had Charles Leclerc rookie season. We've had,
Right.
we've had some really good rookie seasons in F1.
We've been spoiled.
Yeah, so maybe we have been spoiled. But I think he's done enough to merit keeping that seat. I mean, he outqualified Bottas yesterday.
Yeah, I'd give him another year for sure.
He's got 5 outqualifications on Valtteri's head. You think Tsunoda had 1 on Gasly last year?
Yeah.
I think it's been pretty good. He's been unlucky as well. That Alfa Romeo has been very unreliable.
Yeah, I feel like Bottas has had so many races that he just hasn't been able to finish.
Yuki in the pits.
Not mix up. Look, I see Danny Rick going up. That's a dub in my eyes.
Come on.
19th. We
What,
take it.
19th?
Yeah, it's.
What do you mean he's going up?
It's all part of a bigger picture that you're just not looking at right now. It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, the big plan.
I hope so.
Who was it that had the wheel problem?
Magnussen.
Was it Magnussen?
K-Mag hit the-
He's sitting in
yeah.
12th now.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
seems
he's
to be
still
okay.
going, so it can't
Yeah.
have been that bad, whatever it was.
If he can manage the medium, maybe he can make something work.
What's happening with Schumacher?
Here we go. Signs.
Oh.
Are they going to put the full wets on?
No, don't mess up the pit stop.
Nah, it's looking good.
Oh, dear.
Perez.
Sainz still in the pits. That's
This
shocking.
is the worst team I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
I can't believe it.
No,
I can't
Ferrari.
believe it.
13
Bro,
seconds.
there's no way
Perez
he's
ran
coming out at
over
11.
Yeah, the air
the
gun line.
fuel.
I saw that
post as well.
I saw that, yeah.
Will they
Yeah.
get a penalty?
The air gun line.
Was it the air gun line?
They look like the air gun line. I don't think so. I
That
think
looked
that'd be
dodgy,
down
that
to.
did. So Science, 13-second pit
Oh
stop,
my God.
and Perez running over the air gun line.
Yeah, and Perez got a 2-second stop apparently, which is a rapido.
Wow.
It's not looking good.
Wait, it was a 2-second stop.
Apparently,
now?
yeah.
No way.
That's what the
Surely that's the
graphic-
quickest of the season.
Yeah,
That's what
this
the
year,
graphic-
because they're
here we
slower
go.
this year. Here we
This
go.
is
Right,
gonna be fun.
replay. So
Yeah, no, look,
Sainz-
he's just left
Where's
the
the
wheel gun
wheel?
out in the middle
Look,
of
the air gun's just on the floor.
Yeah, that's
They've
on-
just Ferrari's
that's-
just left it there.
That's on Ferrari. That
oh,
one.
Yeah.
boy.
Oh, wow.
That's negligent. That is from Ferrari.
Oh, here we
Can't
go.
imagine he got a puncture from that.
Sainz saying it. Yeah, look, they've
my
just
God.
left
There's
the
no
wheel
avoiding
gun.
that.
Perez.
They're all just standing there watching it.
There's
as well,
nothing more
like,
Perez could have done.
This team really cracks me up. I want to know, but now they've gone back into the pits. What's going on at that team right now? What's being said? The guy who's just messed up the.
Oh, they didn't even have the tyre out.
They didn't have the
pit.
tyre out.
Oh, my God. Bro, this team is...
What happened?
What is this team?
So they're pitting the rear left. Could
They
they
just
not get
didn't
it
bring
on?
the wheel out.
Or they
It
just
wasn't
didn't have
out
the
in
wheel.
the pit lane. Just wasn't in the pit lane.
This
I'm
stuff
sorry.
is
I can't,
unbelievable.
bro, like, come on, man.
This can't be real. But we're still
it's
talking about
every
this. man.
race. It's every
It's like
race.
clockwork, man.
Oh man.
So if anyone in the chat had a Ferrari strategy mess up in lap 15, you're a winner. So
it was the wrong tyre. Someone's saying. Xavier saying it was the wrong
It
tyre.
was the wrong tyre, apparently. Oh, my.
They were, going, they were going for the one
clown
wet tyre
emojis in the
strategy.
chat. Everyone's spamming
Unbelievable.
clown emojis, as they should.
Inevitable.
It is.
They are inevitable.
Disaster class.
goddamn, Tommo is hot. There you go, man.
Jeez.
Little
So
side.
someone
This is at home, isn't
Someone
it?
at Ferrari
Yeah.
put the wrong
It's
tyre
a missus
in the
on the burner.
blanket. That's what it
The
seems.
wrong tyre in the blanket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, someone's getting scolding tonight.
Yep.
So it's like they pulled the wheels out and then they're like, oh, right, that's red, that's red, that's red, that's white or whatever.
Yeah. So
And then
when
Imagine
they've
just
then
one
shit
high-
themselves and oh my God, that's
they
so
have
bad.
them obviously in their stacks, their race sets, what they're going to use.
Yeah, how does it work?
So it sounds like basically they've got a race set, but for whatever reason, one of the tyres was not where it should have been, which is
Mate,
mightily
we go.
impressive.
What
This
a team. Do you know what though? You know what? I'm not gonna dog on Ferrari anymore because it's entertainment, and that's
Yeah,
why I got back into F1. Was for entertainment, was for drama. Because if this race just goes on the way it looks like, I mean, we've got a 5-second gap now at the top.
I just feel
Like-
bad for Sainz and Leclerc,
Yeah.
though, man. They keep having to deal with this. Like, this must be so much stress for the drivers. Like, imagine just rocking up to the race thinking, what's going to happen to me today?
Right,
Right,
Leclerc's
I've
they
got
got
a
checked
second
them?
chance here. They got
Make
all
sure
of
you got the right
them
ones,
checking
lads.
the colours of the tyre.
I don't know if I can
Here we
watch
go.
this.
What do we reckon? Do we reckon that they
I
bubbled?
reckon this one goes okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, this will be really good because that's all you get with Ferrari.
Please.
Brilliance or not.
Nada. Right, on to the mediums for Shah. Oh,
Yeah,
it looks
not
actually
bad.
all right. Well done.
Okay, what was
Well
that?
done, Ferrari.
2.5.
2.5, that's all right. Yeah.
Look, They got the car out there in under 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's good. You got to take those.
We got to take that.
You got to take those. That is,
Norris is in now as well.
But you got to think about it as well. Sainz now going back further down the grid. It's a better chance for you lot that put Mercedes on the top. There's one less Ferrari to overtake.
Look,
You're not wrong, mate.
I reckon our prediction might be out the window.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
oh yeah, we're stuffed.
Yeah, we're done out.
We're
I told you, this is where the wheel knowledge lives, over on this side.
Yeah.
You guys should have known the Ferrari disaster class is inevitable.
Unfortunately, I can't predict the Ferrari shenanigans.
It's unpredictably
I feel like it's the most predictable thing, though.
Yeah.
It is recently, yeah. It's
just to what extent?
Good point, yeah.
Are they just going to do a wrong tyre? Is the whole car going to break? Is like, we don't know.
At the start of the season, there was so much hope for like the first
Oh,
few
man.
races when we saw like the constant DRS battles between Max and Charles.
It was so good, wasn't it?
I was fully on that Ferrari train.
Yeah.
It
I had
was
my
amazing.
ticket non-refundable, mate.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just,
Well, we had the first race of the season was a double DNF for Red Bull.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Verstappen pit stop.
Oh,
Looks not particularly quick, but not particularly slow either. 3-4.
3.4.
It's the second, though.
That's
Poor by their standards, but
And he didn't run over any pit equipment. Yeah, there you go.
So will they actually
Every
get a
cloud.
penalty for that?
I don't-
Like what happens there?
Normally, that would be like a monetary fine.
Yeah.
It won't be anything.
Really? Okay. It won't be in race penalties. Yeah.
500 quid or something.
Little
Honestly, the monetary fines, they just seem to make up as they go along. So who
Yeah.
knows? It could be 10,000 euros or it could be 500. I don't know. Depends how low
And
the
who
budget.
gets the money?
The FIA.
Yeah,
Apparently,
but what do they do with that money? Or is it
apparently
just
it goes to their
Christmas
road
buy.
safety campaign.
okay. Yeah, of
okay?
course.
Okay.
Of course. Of course it
Sure.
does. Look at Albon P6.
Oh,
Take a photo.
enjoy it while it lasts.
Remember that.
Frame it. Stop the race. Stop the count. I'm here for it. I just think that the negligence in that instance is on the pit crew. Like, you can't be giving Carlos a penalty for that. That would be incredibly harsh on him.
Right.
Which is probably why we're about to find out they will now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's already a
Hold on.
13-second
If
pit
it's-
stop.
I know we've still got pit stops and all that, but is this not my prediction?
Should we get the predictions back up on screen?
Because I'm
briefly?
pretty sure I had Hamilton, Russell, and then I think I had Verstappen, then, or maybe it was Charles. No, it was Charles, then Verstappen, I think.
That
Yeah.
air gun's broken, by the way.
Yeah, I like how they're just sort of checking it out. Like, yeah.
Well, what's that air gun used for specifically, Dan?
Changing tyres, Tommo.
Yeah, but like, it's not. Is it just to that's the gun to remove the tire, to remove the nut?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it
what
was
you
like
do
a-
with it? Blow your hair with it? I don't
Oh, I
know.
thought you like. No, 'cause sometimes
Where
you need to,
are you going with this, Tommo?
sometimes you need to like.
You don't know that, mate.
Specific use for a gun.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to like repressure. Like, there's been times where you've had to repressurize systems in the car.
Digging
I've
this
seen,
hole,
I've
are
seen
you,
it
Tomo?
before.
Not with a gun.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think you're allowed to do that in the race.
Tomo's getting a sack, man.
Who gave him an F1 show? I
Who
can't
gave
believe
this
it.
guy a show, man? This is outrageous.
Right, come on, Cal. Let's look at your predictions now. Right.
Yeah.
So it's Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez right now.
Look at the green
Yeah.
highlight. This
okay.
is unbelievable.
All right,
Okay, all right. We're,
Nah,
It's not looking good for us, mate.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
I've
you got-
I've
you got-
got
I got
one
one.
green right now.
Listen,
this is not,
Chip's
not
the
what-
biggest struggle at the moment.
The thing is, what lap are we on? I'm not worried.
Wait, what? Oh, is this the
Lap
replay?
20.
Oh, this is the replay of the horror show.
And then after he runs it over, they pull it.
And then
God. It just looks so. They're just all dawdling
he's-
around.
is it broken?
Hopefully that's not bonk.
Oh, we
yeah.
just go fully over as well.
It's a good stress test. Now
There
they
was
know if it
there was a
can
great
withstand
little Vettel.
700 kg on top of it.
Oh, here we go.
whatever it is.
Vettel and Bottas contact turn one. I think Vettel just understeered into Valtteri there. No big outcome from it though.
Vettel
Valtteri takes
yesterday
position.
was it final turn where he went up into the gravel?
He did. Yeah,
Just lost it.
I think he got a bit unsighted.
What's Mattia saying on the pit wall?
What's that?
Can you hear Matteo? What's he saying?
Just waffle.
Is it?
Waffle.
Yeah, just straight waffle. I mean, he's not going to he's not going to address it, is he, Mattia?
No.
In mid-race.
Bonotto's saying he could see the boys on a hard tire here at some point. Oh Lord!
Yeah, do you think?
Oh, the strategy. You just know whatever tire it picks will
Do we
not
think
be
the
the right
one
one.
stop could work? I mean, I think that's clearly what Albon's going for because he's 20 laps into a set of mediums. I reckon that's his best shot.
Sainz is back into sixth here.
Well, surely Hamilton and Russell aren't going to go down that route.
But they're saying the hard tire is a good tire,
Yeah.
and I think it's important. And we saw that seen that in numerous races this year, where it's like you can have, on paper, Ferrari putting that hard tyre on at Hungary was the right choice on paper for them.
But it was just a bad tyre,
but you've got to
wasn't it?
listen to the drivers, and when the drivers are complaining and talking about higher wear or lower wear, you've got to listen to them.
Yeah.
So.
I hope it's not just the one stop for them though.
Yeah, I want to see a couple.
Yeah.
So how many drivers have put on the hard tyres? That's Norris, Alonso, Ocon.
Sergio's going to be investigated after the race.
I saw that. I'm not really sure what you
For
want
what?
Sergio to do.
Yeah,
But
the
they've done.
incident involving science. And I mean, it wasn't really involving science, was it?
Yeah. Could you imagine if he gets? But not only does he have to firm a 13-second
too
pit
much,
stop,
man.
but he's also gonna get.
Right, Albon pit lane. Everyone,
Stop
quiet.
and go.
Oh,
Let's
sorry,
listen.
everyone. Sorry.
Sorry, everyone. Albon pit. Yeah,
2.7.
2.7. That'll do. Come on, Williams.
Here he goes. He's off.
What's he on?
What?
He's on the mediums.
Mediums.
So he's going to go medium, soft then, because he has to run 2 different tyre
Here we go.
compounds.
It looks like we've got a bit of a scrap.
Is that Vettel and Ricardo?
Yep.
Go on, old boy.
Here we
on,
go.
go.
So currently, Verstappen's got fastest lap, but he has already pitted, obviously. Mercedes. Do we think Mercedes one stop?
They might have to do something like.
I don't know.
Is it
what
worth it?
Tyres they've got. They must. Yeah, I mean, in theory, they could do medium hard. I think Verstappen's going to have to be started soft, medium, then soft again. I'd imagine.
So Verstappen's going to go quite far in his mediums then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not pitting again anytime soon. But he started on soft, so he's already used his 2 compounds, so he's free to chuck on whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Because you do have to use 2 different tyre compounds, don't you?
Oh, hey, star, Tommo.
Yeah, I know.
Done it again.
I just got to get those little wins.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
They build up. They count. The chat appreciate them.
it's like a proud bearded uncle in the corner.
Yeah. And your Twitter verified now, Tommo.
Ah, mate.
Are you
Wait, did you
actually?
get Twitter verified?
Today, mate.
Wow.
There was a certain glow about him
Thank
today.
you.
I didn't
Thank
know
you.
it was
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Wow. What?
Thank
Look,
you.
I mean, was it a coincidence that we started this and then all of a sudden the Twitter put respect on your name?
Maybe. No,
Well, they verified him as a host
Did you,
now.
what did you have to do
I
to
did
get
apply
that
for
blue
it. I did apply for it.
You
like,
applied for
like
it?
last week. Oh, please verify me, Mr. Twitter. It worked. It worked. All right?
It did.
Sometimes you got to beg. All right.
So wait, because I heard that you have to send articles have to be written about you.
So it's either that or you send like a Google Trends for your
your
profile
thing.
name.
Okay.
Yeah. So apparently enough people search
Wommo
Tommo on Google.
verified.
So
Womo. Couple, a little Sue in the chat.
Wommo. That's it. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Someone said if Mercedes is going to 2-stop, they're not going to win.
But then West Ham lost. Cheers, Zach.
Better chance if they were one
Get in
stop.
there with the West Ham slander.
Do you reckon? Is it worth the roll of the dice? For I think Mercedes just need to go one stop. I think fuck it.
Yeah,
I think fuck it.
So when they do stop here, when Hamilton does eventually stop, where's he going to come out at this moment in time?
What's the
18 seconds pit
Yeah.
loss time.
18? Okay.
And it's
So do some maths. Someone do some maths.
somewhere.
Fifth?
Am I right in saying where Perez is?
Yeah, about
no,
there.
fifth, isn't he? Because Sainz is a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Has got himself back up to 6 though after that.
Oh, that's a shame for Carlos, man.
It is. And it's a shame for my prediction.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Forget
I'll put in
Carlos
P2,
Sainz.
mate.
Think
I'll
about
put in P2.
me.
Dan, I have a
really
question.
matters.
When a race was going on, whereabouts would you work from?
So obviously nobody cared about us in IT.
Well, they care about you
so
now.
we,
So extremely
yeah,
aggressive.
about
it's
right,
the
that's
truth.
about
It's the truth. So
True
we
right sometimes.
we were just hidden out back
Okay, cool.
where no one could see us.
in the
Just watching it on
in the
the screen.
dungeon.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of people like, because obviously we only see the sort of the pit wall and then the garage itself.
Yeah.
But is there like another big team working out back?
It's not a huge team
Uh-huh.
that you don't see. I can't remember what the limit was, but there's a mandated amount of staff you're allowed to have trackside.
Okay.
I can't remember what that number is, but you'll find that a lot of the guys that are working on the pit stops have got a second job. So a guy could do like the rear wheel or whatever, and then in the evening he could be gluing carbon fibre back together as part of composite.
Okay.
So everyone tries to have like 2 jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. But you just had the one job.
Yeah, no, my job obviously was so important and vital.
Yeah.
They trusted me with one job.
Absolutely.
And
That's cool, though.
it's because the flame retardant pit suits didn't fit my powerfully built body.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair
yeah,
enough.
that's
Although, who's that Haas mechanic who looks like Duke Nukem?
Oh, I don't know. I've not seen him.
Yeah, I remember a while ago. I just like because I thought because the overalls that the team wear are often different to the rest, right? So McLaren sometimes have like yellow overalls for certain, and I just thought the Haas ones looked cool. I posted it on Twitter, and it just popped off because everyone was like, "He looks like Duke Nukem." I have to get his name.
Yeah.
Get him on the pod.
Yeah, why not?
So, well, yeah,
It'd be great. Although he's probably busy.
Probably got more will knowledge than you, Tommo.
Probably.
He'll know what the gun does.
Dan.
Yeah. It looks like the Mercedes are going to go for this one stop then.
26 or 72.
That's what they were telling Charles anyways. They reckon that they're going to go for it.
Yep.
So
I think
medium
worth
hard,
the
I'm
dice
guessing.
roll. And look, Mercedes have been very good on their tyres. You know, when they get them up to temperature, this is why they've struggled in qualifying typically. This season, they can't get their tyres up to temperature in time. Obviously, this track is quite high degradation, so that's possibly playing into Mercedes' favour as well. And they can maybe make them hard tyres last. So, come on, Lewis. Full on British bias today. I'm sorry. I want him to knee slide into that gravel, man. I just want it. I want it so
We
much.
do need
reinforced
that.
gravel.
I want it so much. Yeah, just pick the gravel. Lance still doing well. P8, Lance Stroll as well, holding on position pretty well. Consider where Vettel's not able to make those moves.
That Aston Martin is such a weird car.
Yeah, what do you make it? Because they copied you, didn't they?
Yeah.
They copied your homework.
Pretty much, yeah. But they didn't buy the Pace DLC pack, so they're
They
still
didn't.
sort of hanging back. But,
You've been saving that one.
yeah.
Waiting to use that one. I know it's good.
Yeah. But no, it's weird because some tracks it looks all right and quite quick, and then you'll go to another track and they're like at the back of the grid. It's just like, what is going on?
Well, Stroll was doing all right in quali yesterday until something went wrong in Q3.
Yes.
And he didn't even get to come out of the garage.
Which was a shame. But it does mean he was able to save a set of tyres for the race. So swings and roundabouts.
Do we know what went wrong?
Yeah, all the staff fainted from him getting into.
That makes a lot of
The
sense.
Stroll army won't be happy with you, Dan.
Is there
they're
a
coming for
Stroll
you.
army?
Yeah.
all six of them.
There is.
There is.
Trust
Because
me,
last
there
week
is.
I got a small amount of slander for saying Stroll was going to be the stinker of the day.
Yeah.
So I will never be saying that again.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it
here
needs to
we
be
go.
done.
Verstappen takes.
Oh, you can hear. You know the worst thing is you can just
George
hear the
Russell.
enjoyment in the crowd. That's the worst part. The
into
fact that
turn
people
one.
are enjoying themselves.
Other people's happiness.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
just another day in the office for Max, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think George could have done more to defend? Because you could, on one hand, you could say, oh, well, they're on different strategies. It's not worth George losing time to Max. But I think if George was playing the team game there, he could have held Max back for Lewis to win.
You're stoking the fire here between the two
I
drivers.
just really want Lewis to win.
No, I
I just
know.
want him to win here. I want him to keep the record going. And I want it to be away at Zandvoort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is as away days go.
If there's any race for Lewis to win,
Yeah.
it's this one, man.
Yeah.
How likely do you think it is right now? What's it? How are you feeling about it?
What about the?
Yeah, a Lewis win.
I think
What needs to happen
Go
for
once-
Lewis to walk home with his dub?
one stop. I mean, look, he's good on tyres. He's, statistically the greatest to ever do it. I think he's shown he's got he's on his job this year. The man knows what he's doing. I think, stick on a set of hards to the end.
And just send it.
That car's only going to get lighter
He's
as the
got
race
to be
goes
coming
on.
in soon, right?
And Max has to stop again. So, well, he doesn't technically have to stop again, but he will
It
stop.
would be highly recommended.
Yeah. Ooh.
This is going to be an interesting race. I would like a red flag though, just
Ooh,
because.
spicy.
Yeah, I just feel like I could do with everything.
Or a safety car in between, because
Yeah.
different people do different strategies. So a safety car would mess up, and it only takes one person at the back to shunt.
I mean, that would be massive if they could get a safety car out any time in the next 5 laps. Mercedes would be absolutely buzzing with
I've
that.
just
wouldn't
seen
they?
the gap from Ricardo in 19th to Magnussen in 18th. It's
stress-
23
it's
seconds.
stressing me out still, though.
He must be on them hards to the end, though. I mean, no, he will
Yeah,
be
he
on
just
those hards to the
pitted
end.
and it's.
Yeah. But that's the risk, I suppose.
I thought when he announced he wasn't going to be at McLaren, there was going to be like this thing that happened where he went on to have a storm at the end of the season.
I thought
because there was like no more pressure kind of vibe. Because it's like, look, I'm leaving now no matter what. I thought he was going to go on and just smash it.
Here we go, everyone.
This is it. This
Hamilton
is it.
pits.
Hard
Lap
to the
30
end.
of 72.
Go on, inject it.
stop.
Let's go.
And it's the
Yeah,
hard
not
time.
bad.
One stop.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Lovely.
Let's go,
2.6.
team. Let's go.
Not too shabby.
Okay.
10 seconds quicker than
Let's,
Simon. Let's stop that one.
I think we should get a poll up. Will Lewis Hamilton win this race? I want to see that poll.
All right, let's
I want
do
to
it.
see that poll. I want to see
I
what
see
you
him
lot
behind the
think.
scene panicking to get the poll up now. He's working on it.
Come
He's
on,
going
come
down.
on, producers.
Lord Tommo has requested.
Look
and I
alive.
shall deliver.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious to see. What am I voting in the poll right now? I actually think
Will Lewis win the
Max
race?
will probably end up doing this.
This
Sadly,
is going the exact way
But
that
You
it's-
predicted.
That it's going to, yeah.
it kind
And
of.
you predicted, right? You said Max won as
Well,
well.
you know.
look, things can change. We'll
We're
reflect at the
saying
end.
lots of no ways, no ways. I hope full British bias. Tobias knows
Yeah,
what he's
nice.
talking
I
about.
wouldn't.
Nice.
I'm not against
Embrace
it.
the
I'd like
bias.
to see Lewis win here.
Yeah.
That would be.
That would be vibes.
People think because I support Max that I
I'd
don't
love to see
like
you
Lewis.
without a beard. I'm sure everyone here. Would
Yeah,
love to see you without a
yeah.
beard.
I mean, if Lewis wins at the Dutch Grand Prix, I wouldn't even be mad. I would appreciate that level of
I
shithousery.
genuinely think there should have been a clause in this bet that if he were to do it at the Dutch GP, the eyebrows have to go too.
Yeah.
That should have
Or just
definitely been
everything.
added.
Either that or
just
everything.
a naked mole rat.
Yeah. If you're prepared to pay for my divorce lawyer, then yeah, sure.
Just
Get him a little
engine
slit in the
thumb
eyebrow.
11. Oh, engine mode 11.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that your Twitter handle?
It's
What's the
a
story?
Honda PU power setting. So when you go up to engine mode 11, it's basically the full beans. And then, so you got engine modes. Everyone's going to tune off now. This is so cold. You got engine
is the
modes,
boring
and then as part of that, you got positions as well. So it was engine mode 11, position 5, which is the setting that the Honda allowed Max to use to win that Austrian Grand Prix in 20. When was it? The first Honda one, 2020? I can't remember. And it sort of became a bit of an in-joke within the team. And then I thought, engine mode 11? Yeah, it's a bit nerdy. I'll have it.
Yeah.
And it sort of stuck.
I like it.
Is
I
it like?
it,
Is it
yeah.
like when they said like crank the volume to 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's the same sort of vibe, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Right, let's get that poll up.
Would that be similar to like the party engine? You know,
The
when-
poll is ready. Ooh. No belief.
What we booing at?
Lewis is 70% not going to win this race.
With that 70%,
people-
and I respect the 30% that are
Yeah.
living in a dreamland.
There's some copium in the chat.
Copium, yeah.
I appreciate that.
It would be unreal if that happened.
Well, Georgie Boy's pitted now.
And Hamilton's just set the fastest sector too. Wow.
Yeah.
Hello.
We're in the
What
money,
You got to
guys.
get
What
the
a dub.
mini, you got to get the mini sectors up and everything.
Latifi, get out of the way of George. Okay. I'm pretty sure
thank
that's
God.
Latifi. Yeah. He's got a different helmet to Alex. Cool. Right. So George comes out P5, Lewis P4. And again, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez will all almost certainly pit again, but the Mercedes boys won't. So
Tommo, you were made for this, you know. I'm glad we snatched you up before Sky Sports did.
I do my best, Chip.
Yeah.
I do my best, boy.
Wow.
What do we think of the race so far, though? I mean, it's one of them that there's not too much like going on at the front, but it's one of them I think it's probably going to coalesce towards the end. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think it's all going to come together and we're going to see a
Yeah.
good
So
ending.
far, the highlight is Sergio running over a piece of pit equipment.
Yeah.
Ain't that the
But I
truth?
really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
What's George saying?
I actually think, last 20 laps.
This is when we're going to see some juice.
Lewis is 7 tenths quicker than Max Verstappen at the minute, according to Jensen Button.
Thanks, Jensen.
Look, that's...
Thank you, Jensen.
Wait, what was that again? Say that again. Lewis is 7 times quicker than
Verstappen.
Max. Okay.
Right now.
That's-
That's a phrase we haven't heard very often this
Yeah.
season.
No.
So we will celebrate that.
And what do you think the reason for that is? Like, what is it? Is it the tire?
So right now, I
What's
think
going
it's
on?
a
Why is he 7
combination.
times quicker?
We've seen so far this season that Mercedes can be close. We saw it in Hungary. This is very similar to Hungary, this track, in terms of the characteristics. So I think having the tyre, massive difference. I mean, they were saying, which I didn't realise how big the difference was. So the difference between scrubbed and fresh soft tyres in qualifying is about half a second.
Something like that,
in qualifying. Half a second around a pretty short track as well. So tyres play a huge part, but also, I think this track just works with this Mercedes philosophy.
Yeah. I mean, look.
So interestingly, if Max pits now, he's going to come out behind Hamilton.
Because Max has done 15 laps on his mediums, so
it's going to be close,
not going to go
right?
to the end.
It is going to be. It's going to be close though when he comes out.
It's just
about 17, 18 second gap at the moment.
Do we think Max goes on to? He carries these so he can get into a soft window. Yeah. Because he started soft.
And what would be the soft window? Like how many laps you get? Whereabouts would he need?
Because you can get more.
What is that window?
You can get more laps at the end of the race because the car's lighter.
Right.
Yep.
But I mean, people started pitting on lap 12, the earliest stoppers. So maybe
probably
15?
About 50.
15
is the window, lap 50. Yeah.
So you reckon they can do 22 laps on the soft at the end because of the weight of the car?
Yeah, the weight and the track being rubbered in.
I actually really reckon we got like a little bit of a storm coming in.
Yeah, there's a storm brewing here.
When Max pits here and he's coming out and
Mick tried to move
potentially
on.
just behind him.
My facial hair is trembling.
Yeah. Can I ask, when was the last time that you
shaved?
Yeah.
Oh man.
When were you a clean shaven man?
It must have been the start of 202021.
I used to have something similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot to handle, beard oils and all that.
What will Mrs. Engine Mode think of a shaven Dan?
Well, she's got enough time to change the locks before I get out of here.
How are we going? So if this Mercedes
watching.
wins happens, where are you going to shave your beard? Like, how are you going to?
Tommo reckons he's got a pair of clippers here.
Yeah, there's a pair of clippers knocking about.
We've got a spot just around the corner that'll have some out of date clippers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Ferrari still don't know what strategy they're on. That's always good.
What letter are they on now? Are they still only on C?
C, yeah. They've eliminated Plan C, so they'll go to Plan D now.
Whose tyres are older out of Leclerc and Verstappen? Who pitted first out of those two?
It was Leclerc, I believe. I think it was Leclerc.
Yeah.
Both 17 laps. So they were both pretty close in terms of when they stopped. So they should have similar tyre life. But Max just seems to have, 8 seconds clear of Leclerc.
Hamilton's hunting down Perez here, though.
Yeah, Perez is going to have to be that rear gunner job again, I think.
Yeah, I think he is, Yeah,
He's got to hold him up there.
He's going to have a little
The
radio
Minister
message.
of Defence is back at it again.
Helmut Marko in his ear.
Come on, Lewis. Get the move done, man. Come on. He's
really
got
like
DRS.
Perez.
Half a second. That's 4
Let's do
tenths.
him.
3.5 tenths.
Rip it!
2.5
he getting
tenths.
him?
Going up the inside.
No.
Goes wide.
Oh!
Checo defends the inside, locks up, closes the door.
Wow.
Oh, my word. That was sketchy, man.
Checo's got that dog in him.
Unbelievable. Got a dog in him.
Dog in him!
Oh, and whilst that was happening, Russell set the fastest lap.
Man. That
Wow.
was close.
Getting spicy.
So Perez sends him to the outside, locks a wheel. Lewis.
Oh, my God!
That was, he pulled away coming out of that corner, though. It was lovely.
Do you think Lewis was entitled more space there? Because he was pretty far alongside. Jenson Button saying he wasn't very far, but he seemed pretty far alongside to me. Probably like 70%.
Didn't he lock up, though? Like, did he have a choice there?
Yeah,
He did lock up, but then,
let him
know what I
race.
mean?
Still his.
Just let him race.
It's not his fault, right?
Yeah.
Lewis is all over Checo at the minute.
Come on, Lewis!
This is really helping
This is
Max's
what I got out of
chances.
bet for, to be honest.
This is it.
This is it.
This is really stifling Lewis's.
Come on, this is what we need a bit more of.
He's even closer now, Lewis, going into the final corner. So
Do you think the new cars genuinely have made a difference in terms
absolutely.
Oh, there we go, fellas.
100%. Here we go. The pace difference
Do
is
it.
massive.
Doing him on the outside, isn't he? He's doing him on the
Outside
outside.
again.
Yes.
Done. Well done, Lewis.
nice.
Well done, Lewis.
Gets the move done.
Fantastic.
Oh, who's
Who's
that
just coming out now?
Oh,
Get
out of the way.
Oh, no! Move!
There's an Aston Martin.
Perez
at the inside.
Move!
What is going on? Wow. That's Vettel, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, no!
Wow.
This is
Seb.
the timing
Blue
of that
flag,
is
Seb, man.
Horrific.
Blue flag,
'Cause
man.
He just couldn't get up.
my
Perez
God.
is still going for it. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That was
There it goes
sketchy,
back.
man.
Oh,
Could Vettel really have got out of the way
Vettel
though? There,
definitely could have
You
jumped
reckon?
out the way. He come out the
I
pits.
feel like he came out the pits, but it was like
Use your mirrors, man.
Oh,
like a very
that's
last
wound me
second
up a
thing
bit.
that
That
happened.
is.
Let's have
It's
a look.
exciting,
At that. Let's have a
though.
look.
It's exciting, though.
It's racing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, great move from Lewis around the outside
lovely.
into turn 1.
And then guess who pops out of nowhere?
Sebi.
Funnily enough, an ex-Red Bull driver.
Yeah.
See?
It's all part of the
Tim
conspiracy.
Foyle.
It's all part of it.
Yeah, look, Seb can
Oh
definitely
yeah. Okay.
just look.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't
it's
necessarily
blue
think
flag straight away.
that's all on Seb either. His team should have been on the radio
True,
to say,
Telling
true.
look out, there's
True.
faster cars.
Oh my gosh.
But at that point, I thought Checo was going to do the pair of them then.
Oh, yeah.
Felt like he wasn't expecting.
Could you
to come
imagine
out
if
there
that
in front of
happened?
them.
It would have been really controversial then.
Well, that's not helped Lewis's tyre, but he's got to manage these tyres to the end now.
So the gap
He's been
is
scrapping.
Smidge under 20 seconds.
yeah. So Max is coming out just ahead if it goes to plan.
You tell me, Chip, what are we going for?
Go on, Chip. Call it.
I'm saying
This
they
is
come
all
out.
you.
They come out together. He comes out,
Yeah.
and we get another. Was it Monza?
Oh, yeah, another car parking incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Memories.
Spicy.
Memories.
Yeah.
Mems.
So what just happened there with
Yeah.
Vettel? I'm saying something similar to that. That's where Max comes out.
It's criminal that you use an Android. And you just wave it around on stream in front of people.
Are you one of them? Are you one of them sheep?
It does take a lot.
You one of them sheep?
That definitely got an Android as
One
well.
of them sheep.
No?
No iPhone.
Yeah.
Sheep.
Come on.
He's with the boys. He's
Absolute
one of the
sheep.
boys.
Look at the state
Sheep.
of that.
Come
man.
on, yeah,
Shepherd.
Come on.
Shepherd sheep.
Shepherds.
Sheep,
There's
mate.
nothing shepherd about.
Oh, I'm
that
going to get the
phone.
next iPhone. Let's look at the market and see what options there are. Oh, it's the same phone.
I'm Tommo, I want to be different.
Look. You want to be sheep all you like. As
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton, that's George Russell and Perez. Who am I? David Croft. Getting the names wrong all the time.
Absolutely living.
Sorry, you
in
got in
your
my head. You
at the
got
minute.
in my head, man. I got rattled.
There you go,
Rattled
boys.
him.
Hamilton
The way
fastest
he's
lap.
covering up the phone now. Hey, no free brand.
brand deals, eh?
No, there's no logo on it. We're
Oh,
good.
baby.
We're good.
Oh, look
That's
at the 5 cameras on that.
I know,
Is that? Oh wow, 5 lenses.
Listen. You got your little. It's like a hob on the iPhone, isn't it? Looks like a hob.
Yes, yeah.
The cameras. Stupid. Dumb. Anyway. I've had this conversation so many times because so many people. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Should we get a poll?
I still.
What do you want to
iPhone
poll?
or
Android or
Android?
iPhone? Fuck it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing
It's
it.
gonna get ugly.
We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
Go on, but put a poll out.
We're doing it live.
What do
Android-
you guys own?
Yeah, I don't know.
what do you want
it's
to
gonna,
own?
It's gonna be
Maybe that's a better
really.
question.
it's
How
gonna be
was
It's
it?
Android versus
Tommo.
iPhone. Simple, right? And guarantee iPhone will win it because shit.
Well, yeah. There's a reason why it's so
Yeah,
popular.
you are the only
not.
friend I have that has an
it's not.
Android. So
Well, we once actually had a friend that had one, but he got so relentlessly harassed
yeah.
by the friendship group.
I
that he
had
to-
one for 2
Okay.
years, about 3 years ago. But
Yeah.
it
We
was
don't speak
different.
of those
I was paying
bullied
to
your,
have
you
it
bullied
the
your
other day,
friend
so it wasn't too
out
bad.
of an Android. Shocking. Awful.
Yeah, look, hey, man. Look.
Bullied him
When,
on
when,
the
when, he,
phone.
when he's putting in
iPhone's
those
a bit-
weird
thank you,
Android
Alex.
emojis in there, it's strange.
iPhone's a
I
myth.
feel uncomfortable.
The only thing that puts me off an Android is when you upload stories and stuff to Instagram, it's not the right quality. Like it looks like a toaster, right?
yeah.
Looks all right to me. All right, let's get the poll results up then. Come on.
Here
then.
we go.
It was Carl.
Let's
Come on
have a
then.
look.
There's a lot of Android guys in
people.
there. Oh,
There it is. That's a bit too. Wait,
Hang on.
That's
Where's,
not enough.
yeah.
That is
doesn't
not
equal
enough,
100.
guys.
Yeah.
those stats.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's close enough.
That's
would it?
really bad.
That
close
is
enough,
closer than
Yeah.
I thought.
There you
Those
go.
first figures were Ferrari strategy spec. They were.
Right, come on, we've got a race to watch.
Right,
so
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
what's
We're getting
going on?
carried away there. Sorry,
Verstappen's
guys.
still ahead.
He's
He was
pulled a
having
bit of a gap on
little bit of
Charlie.
Yeah. Hamilton got
bit of a
fastest
moan.
lap there as well.
It's
So-
down to 18.3.
He is
so
moving.
that's-
Oh,
it's
Jensen Button's
looking
talking
touch and
Mercedes one
go.
too here. Jensen, calm down.
When is it that Max is going to pit? Like around 50, was it?
Let's track limits.
Come on,
Say?
Hannah, the strategy goddess.
Strategy
I
goddess, I know, yeah.
watched a thing about her. Was it an interview or there was something,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
yeah.
just like the sickest strategist
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Oh, is this?
Checo pit.
Here
Oh,
we
it's
go.
Checo, okay. Hards.
onto the hards.
That's
interesting. 2-3.
2.3, another.
Looks, that sounds like Ferrari.
41, I suppose. But
Putting on a hard tyre towards the end. No, it's a very different track. I think, again, the high degradation should light up those hard tyres relatively quickly. So I imagine that's what they're thinking.
Here we go. So where do you think Perez is going to finish here then? He's got like 30 laps on these hards.
Yeah, it's hard to analyse Checo's race.
I think I put him 5th. So 5th.
Okay. Right. Nice.
You're from the future.
Oh, I'm just so excited for Ferrari to pick the wrong tyre. I'm just so excited for it.
Right, tell you what. I think we've got a little bit of a... there we go. Vettel under investigation for ignoring blue flags.
Yeah.
I mean, again, maybe... To be fair, the mirrors, like the visibility for Seb's point of view might not have been great, but you've got to say the team have to be telling him there's cars scrapping for the lead or the net lead.
Pit exit.
Yeah, you have all the GPS overlays of all the cars. And, you know, the idea of the race engineer is to get on the radio and say, get out the way, someone quicker is right behind you or will be soon.
Yeah,
that's why we saw was it in qualifying where Hamilton's radio or practice where Hamilton's radio didn't work? He kept blocking people.
Yeah.
It's just because no one was there to tell him.
Yeah. That has to be on the team.
Was coming.
So for like when Vettel there came out and his engineer probably didn't give him that info, is that a case of there's so much going on at one time or they just forgot to?
Probably a bit of both, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be kind and say there was too much going on.
Just keeping his friends.
Just in case Aston want to give me a call.
Yeah. Would you ever go back in?
No.
No. You're done with it. Do you miss it?
No.
Really?
I'd much rather be sitting here talking crap.
Good man. Yeah.
Rather than
with three
stressing.
strapping gentlemen.
Speak your mind.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they were testing bigger wing mirrors earlier this weekend, weren't they?
Were,
because is that part of next season's regulations potentially?
Yeah, I think they're looking into it, yeah. They looked pig ugly. But we said the same thing about the Halo when that first came out, didn't we? So.
And if
how much bigger are we talking? Like, are these
quite big.
Noticeably, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They are very small. They look very flimsy, don't they? Was it Leclerc where, like, I don't know, was it? I can't remember where it was, but his wing mirror came off and he was holding it on while...
Suzuka, 130R.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And he's just holding it, like he's going, 180 around.
But unbelievable. That illustrated how I think F1 has outgrown a lot of tracks because 130R at Suzuka used to be one of the most exciting corners in F1 because it's so high speed and you'd have to like lift off or even brake back in the 90s. But now you can have one hand on the wing mirror, one hand on the wheel, and you just go full pelt and you're fine.
Whipping it round.
Yeah.
I used to love that track on Forza.
We've got Japanese Grand Prix coming up.
We do.
First time for a while. It'll be an early start as well, so tune in for the last lap for that one.
Oh, yeah. What time will we start? Because we got up for the Australian GP.
Oh, my.
And we went to there's a pub that was open for it. So we went straight,
I just went out and just came to the pub.
Sorry.
It was great.
Yeah, it was tough.
I'm only available for European racing.
That's fair.
No, I'm buzzing for Suzuka, man. That's one of my favourite tracks.
It was Alonso that sent it round.
30 to go.
I can't remember, actually.
Alonso who sent it round.
What's that corner called? The one where...
They're talking about leaving Charles out there.
When Charles...
when
it came off.
Yeah,
Alonso sent it round the outside on that corner.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
That was on Schumacher, wasn't it?
I can't remember, but it's absolutely outrageous.
That was the first time you really saw Fernando's take it to Michael.
He's got the balls.
All right, guys, they're getting a second chance at Sainz.
Box.
What are they going to put him on? What do we reckon? What's the tyre? Take a guesses now, or if they even have a tyre for him.
Intermediate,
Who knows?
Why not?
Let's just start with 4 tyres.
Just send them out.
Yeah, okay.
Let's keep the expectations
Just make sure they're all
low.
the same. It doesn't matter the compound.
Well, no, show us the pit then.
3 second science.
Okay. And what did they put him on? Instead...
Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh my God.
Broken down.
What's gone wrong there?
Tyres not
Tyres
fitted.
aren't fitted properly.
Oh my!
Is there no rear right on that car?
I think
my God.
it is, but I think it's
I
fallen.
Can't see it properly.
I think it's come off the hub.
They're on their Ferrari shit.
AlphaTauri didn't fit Yuki's tyres correctly. Here we go.
Safety car.
This is the safety car we were talking about.
Which then gives Max a free pit stop effectively.
Oh, this is worse.
No, he's the champion.
And it's a Red Bull team that didn't fit a tyre correctly.
Oh, gosh. The tin.
Get the tin foil.
We have to.
So all the tyres are attacked.
He's off.
He's off.
He's made it.
Yeah.
Top man.
He's
Top man
decided.
always respected him as a driver.
It'd be really funny if the tyres are fine and he just stopped for no reason.
He was just like, oh, actually, I'm fine.
Oh, that felt a bit dodgy. I'll pull in.
That's weird, man. Either your tyre's not, it's either on or it's not.
Because it can be loose.
He must have
and
felt
not
something,
fully come off.
and he felt unsafe.
Can we see
driving.
any?
Something must be wrong.
What?
He's going at like, he's
Yuki's just crawling around at the minute. This is weird.
very strange.
This is strange.
But let's look at the pit. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
Max
Tower
is
Chips, talk
firing
us
now
through it.
as well.
Yep, I've got you, mate. Don't worry.
All looked good.
All looks good to me. Yuki's.
Is he chatting shit?
He's chatting shit.
Well, no, that's a tinfoil special right there.
Yeah.
Sick,
There you go.
very
Because look at the
suspect.
gaps now. Look at the gaps.
Oh, I feel sick.
He must have felt something though. Like he genuinely, even after he's got going again, he's driving slow. So he must have felt safe in some way.
I feel sick.
But this is going to be really funny.
What do you think about that,
Tommo?
Tommo? Talk to me.
Yeah.
Mate, I ain't got a Scooby, to be honest. You got to think that he's pulled over for a reason. He's felt something, and maybe they've just been like, get it back to the pits if you can.
Yeah.
What? So you reckon the engineers told him to stop?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll be like, oh, like until they actually know what the issue is.
Right.
They need to kind of diagnose the issue before.
And
it's like,
they do have telemetry on the wheel guns as well. So there might have been something picked up on there that it didn't rotate enough for it to be
Yeah.
tight.
Okay.
So they might, for safety reasons, tell him to stop. But he seems to have got his way around to the pit.
because I'm not being funny. If you're going full tilt and the wheel flies off, that can
There you
be
go.
That's
that,
a bad day.
He is coming in now.
that can be dangerous though, man. Because those wheels, especially now, they're even heavier than they
No.
used to be.
What are they
Oh
doing?
no, what's going on there?
Oh, are they changing the steering wheel?
Leclerc's going onto hards.
Something's wrong anyway.
Okay.
Yuki's belt,
think his
or
seatbelt's
steering
not
wheel,
on.
or something.
Either that or
What is
he's
going on? What are they digging into?
mid-race,
This looks very
They're
interesting.
relieving him.
Yeah.
Dodgy, doesn't it?
mid-race relief.
Yeah.
He just needed a wee.
Come
They've
on,
just got
get
a
it
bottle
out.
down there just to,
Yuki, let go of the wheel. We want to retire the car.
No.
What's the situation when drivers just really need a piss? You just go for it.
What's he doing? He's
Yeah.
crawling
Yeah,
out there.
go on
Some
and
do, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else are you going to do?
Some
Pit
just
and get out.
Well, because I think because of the G-force, sometimes it kind of keeps everything in, and you're so
Okay.
tightly strapped into those cars as well.
Have you seen Mark Webber when he was vomiting in his helmet?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Webber.
can hear him on the radio.
Red Bull, and he's just like, "Bleh,"
Is there,
on the radio,
is there a video of
hurling up.
this?
Yeah,
Not that
it's
one
on
of
YouTube.
the
Yeah.
Just it's interesting.
Uh-oh.
And now what's he
Tsunoda's
doing?
still not happy.
Something's wrong.
Tsunoda's still.
Oh my God, she's gonna stop. Are you serious?
So
No!
they've sent Yuki back out. Now he's standing. There's still a problem. He's crawling around the track, and they're telling him to stop.
No, don't stop. Just get to the pit stop again.
This is mad.
No, they're
pulling it.
taking.
Wow.
No,
He's stopping
no,
the track.
it's a
This is it.
wind-up. It's
Safety
a
car.
fix.
What
Safety
is
car.
going on?
My beard is safe.
This is so weird.
Oh, that is disgraceful.
That is sad
Mercedes
because
are
Max,
thinking
Max
about a
was
pit
coming out
here.
behind Hamilton there.
He was, yeah, he was. He was coming out behind him.
This is so odd.
The chat are all about this
Yeah.
conspiracy. We're all on it.
Red Bull scum.
Yuki out. I'm saying Yuki
What?
out.
You want me to disagree
go
with
on,
that or what?
Mate, this has to be a stitch up.
I don't work there anymore, Tommo.
so
you can go
weird.
nuts, mate.
Singapore 2008 all over again.
This is so
See,
weird.
this is what I'm
Someone
saying.
said in the
Agent
F1
Yuki.
fans are so knowledgeable, by the way.
They'll be
The
able
way-
to recover that car quite
Virtual
quickly.
safety car.
Unless he's purposely wheel spun it to beach it.
Oh man, this is
Right,
weird.
if that's happening,
Yeah.
then we're seriously onto something.
So it's VSC, so they might just keep a VSC because they should be able to recover that car quite quickly.
Yeah.
because the
Them
slip
yellow
road's right
lights.
there.
So Max now, if he's got any chance of winning, he's going to have to pit.
Oh, this ain't
And
it.
he's
Because
he's
Max-
coming up. He's halfway through around the track. He's coming up on it.
He's gonna. I can't believe this. I can't believe my eyeballs.
Max started on softs, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Croft is just saying that Max has to stop again, but Max is on mediums.
Yeah.
No, I
the
think
mediums
just-
won't make
I
it to
think
the
in
end.
terms of the tyre, just
yeah.
Oh,
not
sorry.
making
Right,
it
okay.
to the end.
I thought he meant like he can't. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he started on
Don't
softs.
listen to Crofty. We got you, Tommo.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
be telling us this.
I know he's
Oh, here
making
we
me
go.
doubt myself.
Here
Yeah.
we go. He's getting his half price pit stop.
Here we go
Sickening.
with his dad's tribute helmet.
Here we go,
into
ladies
the
and gentlemen.
pits.
I can't believe this.
But you know
I
what?
can't believe this.
It's going to be close.
Still a
Not
VSC.
too
This won't be a
close,
full
but-
safety car. I very much doubt it will be a full safety car.
It's
Didn't
hard
look
to
that
run.
quick.
I can't believe
2.8.
it. He's
Okay.
going to hang
Mercedes
on to
are
the lead.
coming in.
He's going to do it.
Yeah, he is going to hang on, but
Wow.
it's
That is.
Nah, this has wound me up. This has.
Who's
Put me
in?
in a bad mood.
yeah. He's
Oh, they put
he's-
Hamilton in.
So Lewis comes in for the medium
Medium.
tyre.
Ooh, interesting.
Going to try chase.
Double stack.
Ooh, Ferrari taking
Double.
notes.
Oh, no,
It's
back
slow for
rear wheel
George.
was a little bit, but that weren't too bad for a double stack.
2.8 for Lewis, 3.8 for George.
3.8.
Double stack was still quicker than the single signs pit stop. So
That's true. That's true.
True.
So wait, can someone explain to me why Mercedes would have? I know obviously they get at half price here, but did they not think the hards could take them all the way to the end there, or
it's kind of like a reactionary thing. So they knew
Yeah.
that Max was going to come in. It was pretty much a given.
Yeah.
They've put Max on hards, but they've given Lewis what looked to be new mediums.
Yeah.
So now they'll just say to Lewis, your only chance of winning
is to
is
race
to,
him?
yeah, you got better tyres. They're a degree softer. Chase him down. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. But
Actually,
there's
yeah.
also 18 seconds.
It's a VSC, 18 and a half between Hamilton and Verstappen. But if there was a full safety car now,
That would be amazing. That's what we want.
that would be amazing
Yes.
from a Hamilton win point of view. But I don't think
Let's
it's going to
get
happen.
the
I'm down for
safety
safety
car
car. Get it out.
out.
Get it out.
Yuki, throw
He's
the wheel
beat
into the road. Just chucks his wheel into the
I
middle of the
reckon
track.
they've got the car off
Boom.
the track
Have that.
though. So
I mean, that time is coming
Do we
down.
have any of the hardcore pigeons still sitting around on track?
Yeah.
haven't
sure
seen any.
Why don't we get a flare in?
Maybe they're all
Yeah.
flattened. Oh, God.
Get a flare in.
God,
Come on.
No.
That would be justice.
That would be cringe. That's what that would be.
Go on, someone chuck a flare.
Oh,
you'll
God.
do anything for a safety car, won't you?
dude.
the
anything.
things you will do for a
Name
safety
your
car.
price.
Do you remember the streaker back in the day who ran down the straight when the race
Look,
was
they're
on?
laughing.
Yeah, I
Look,
bet
Red
you're
Bull are
smiling
actually
at that.
laughing. Yeah, they can't believe they've got away with it again.
Yeah. Because VSC, so the idea of virtual safety car, it should retain the gaps between everyone, right? But on paper, I mean, we saw George get the jump on Checo at France. That was a VSC, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think that was more on Checo. So the way they calculate the VSC, it's not like
Green.
constantly monitoring. It's you've got deltas for sectors, and I think
Okay.
Checo
Yeah.
overcooked it, so I had to let
Oh,
off.
I always thought it was constantly monitoring.
No, it's like a mini sector sort of thing. And I
More
think
you know.
Checo cooked it.
Yep.
So rather than get a penalty, he had to let off. But George is like, well, I'm fine.
Yeah. There you go. I've learned something today. Thank you, Dan.
Yes, you're welcome, Tom.
Right, well, we're back in action.
And the gap is 12 seconds.
12 seconds.
So
it's
not,
doable.
It's not.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, yeah.
Still
Yeah,
got 22
22
laps
laps.
left.
22 laps on
22
medium
laps,
should
that
be
feels
fine.
like forever, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a short circuit though, Zandvoort.
Right, well, we do have a quiz
Oh yeah.
for today that I would like.
Oh,
I almost forgot
nice.
about
Let's
that.
give it a
Yeah.
go.
Would you like to read out the question? Yeah, I feel like you should
be
read out.
ready.
Yeah, I'll read out the
No.
questions. We'll get them
No.
up on screen.
I've got Dan here.
You can all
Me
play
and Dan
along
are
at
gonna go
home.
crazy.
Don't spoil it in the live. Well, I'm sure people say it in the live chat. If you want to play along, don't look at the live chat.
But don't worry, it
Question
won't
1. Circuit Zandvoort was opened in 1948, but when did it first appear on the official F1 calendar? Closest wins.
All right, I'm going
You
with.
got this one, isn't it, Tommo? This is your type of one.
Right.
I'm going to...
Tomo, get your phone off the desk for a start.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
probably not even good
It's,
enough to give him the
the
answer.
Yeah, it's an Android, so we'll be all right.
Great banter. I'm going to say 1970... I think early 70s. I'm going to say 72.
I'm going 1980.
By all means, please.
All right, well, that's it. That's it. All right.
Oh, are you not
Oh, are we
answering?
doing teams?
Is it just...
Oh, okay. No,
it's individual.
I'll go in at 1979.
All right, Tomo, what did you
This
say?
guy-
Undercut.
He's
I'm not
got
telling you what
one
I said.
below me, and
You
it's
said
just 50.
70.
I'm not telling you what I
You
said.
said 71,
No, you're
didn't
going to
you?
undercut me. I'm not telling you what I said.
1972, please, Quizmaster.
I also said
Here
that.
we go.
What is it?
Okay, so we've got comments in the chat. Nobody.
No one really knows.
Some people
Those
are
numbers
saying
aren't
85.
helping us.
It's not. It's not
85.
1985.
People-
It's not 1985.
Right, what is the answer? Give us the answer.
Someone's saying 167. That. Oh,
What is
bloody
it?
hell.
That was a long time ago.
It's 1952.
Miles off it,
We were
boys.
all off the pace.
We
there.
are washed.
Wow.
Right.
Get the
Question
next one
2,
going.
as George Russell puts in a purple middle sector, right? Jos and Max
How many
Verstappen
of the 73 Dutch podium?
account for how many of the 73 Dutch podium appearances in F1? So how many of those 73 were either Jos or Max?
All right.
Go on, Dan, you go first. You went last time.
I don't think Jos was on the podium that much.
No, I'm going to say all 73 were Max.
I'm going to go 50. But I wouldn't be surprised if Chip is right, because I can't think of another Dutch driver.
I don't think that he did. Yeah.
Nah, there's going to be like some Donny from way back when. It's just
one race special.
Yeah. So and for that reason, I'm going for 72.
I'm going to give a final answer of 70.
I'm going to say...
stick to your all of them.
69. That's what I'm saying. Oh, look, chat agrees as well.
Someone said 69.
Chat agrees.
Someone said all of them. Someone said all.
Oh, Alonso's got
All right,
fastest
what
lap.
is our answer?
Right.
All of them.
All of them.
Every
I stopped with that, by the way.
single
What happened there was...
You bottled it.
You bottled it. You did bottle it.
But the initial shout was great.
yourself, Josh.
Wow, that's so. What has there never been another big Dutch driver? I feel like
Not in my 50
know.
years of watching
No, there was
F1, I don't remember.
Jan Lammers that someone said in the chat, but...
You had.
Oh, here we go. How many degrees is the banking at Zandvoort's final corner?
You're gonna know this one, aren't you?
No.
Oh, what?
You're the GPS specialist.
I think one of them's 45. But I'm not sure if that's
That's a lot.
3.
That's a lot of degrees, man. I'm going to say 15.
I'm telling you, there is a corner with 45 in that, right?
That's a lot of degrees, shit.
I swear there's a track out of 45. I'm tripping. Please help me, Dan.
I mean,
15 degrees.
I
That's
just
my
saw
answer.
a graphic on Twitter with like a comparison of banking, and I thought,
I'm
maybe
gonna
45.
go
Maybe he's
with 22 degrees.
I'm going 33 in honour of Mr. Verstappen.
All right.
I'm sticking with my 45.
Yeah, no.
Which it obviously
good for you,
isn't, because
Chip.
you're all laughing at me over there.
Someone said 30 degrees Celsius in the chat.
Someone
Yeah,
says
but then-
18, it's 18.
What is it?
Oh, well, I've gone with 22, so.
18
Crazy
degrees.
wheel knowledge.
I mean, if you just double it and then add on 9, you know.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
pretty much
Quick
what I
math
said.
there from you,
Question
Chip.
4.
Sorry, I just had to show I've got some
Which
end of brain.
McLaren driver had his final victory in F1 at Zandvoort?
This is something that I don't know.
Which McLaren driver had his final victory in
Just
F1 at
quite
Zandvoort?
Oh,
And this is that Alonso?
Alonso off there.
I can see Dan
Yeah, no, the cogs
channeling
are going.
maybe
McLaren
Alonso
driver.
going off there was a sign.
I'm. Ooh, who
I
should
don't know. I'm
say?
going to let Dan take this because I'm Team Dan.
This is straight Tommo v. Dan.
James
Wheel knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know this.
I'm going to say Emerson Fittipaldi.
Bro's pulling out them.
Oh, yeah, we
history
have to go
lapses.
back for
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're having to go back for
I
this.
think I might have
Digging
gone-
deep
might have
into
gone too
the
far back.
I mean, I see a couple of laughs from producers, so I'm not sure if that's the one.
Yeah, let's go. Who do you reckon it is,
Definitely
Dan?
raced for McLaren. So
I said James Hunt, but that's a complete guess, to be
Okay.
honest.
All right. That sounds like one of those Twitch names that you get and you're supposed to read out and you end up
Really
getting-
quick.
Lauda,
Yeah,
a lot
Nicky
of shouts for Lauda.
I'm going to say louder.
Probably Nicky Lauda.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
Because it was in 1985.
It's Nicky Lauda.
It is
Well done, Chip.
Chip.
Well done.
Phenomenal work from
Well done,
Chip
Chip.
there.
The wheel knowledge. Right, final question. Question 5. The Dutch Grand Prix returned to the Formula 1 calendar in 2021 after a lengthy absence. Prior to that,
1985.
when was the
1985.
last
He
Dutch
knows
Grand
this.
Prix?
He knows this.
Come on.
He's been doing his research, man.
No. Do you not remember at the beginning?
Yeah, that's what I
just
It
I just
popped
knew.
up.
Well, if you guys paid attention.
I reckon it's 1985, you know.
Oh, what? Because you heard Chip
Nah.
O'Brien say it.
It is
I see, well done.
1985. Chip
Rule
somehow
winners.
pulled
Yeah.
that one
and
out
the winner
his
was
arse.
Nicky Lauda.
Valtteri Bottas
Yeah.
has
Oh.
stopped on track.
Sorry.
Is that the safety car?
Classic Alfa Romeo reliability just after
Are we getting a safety car?
That is going to be a
coming up
safety car,
to-
right?
Interesting how it was an it was a Red Bull driver that caused the VSC, and now it's an
And
ex-Mercedes
he's
driver.
just, who's that? That's just
Dan.
Flown down.
Oh,
How many?
Yeah.
I wonder how many Tim Fall moments we've had so far this live stream.
How many what, sorry?
Tim Fall moments.
All of them.
Just full of tinfoil, mate.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is
Sainz just did Ocon on that would
Yellow
be yellow.
flag.
yeah. So that's what they're saying.
they did
They're
it
not
just-
sure.
Just as he went
Yeah,
past, that's gonna be
they're not sure.
gonna have to give that back.
I think that's going to be a safety car, you know? Because Bottas
Well, he's
has
not
pulled
pulled off anywhere safe, has he? So?
to the inside of the track.
So do we reckon
On
we're
the
going to
end
get
of
the
the straight
safety
too.
car here, the one that we're after?
Possibly.
The full safety car.
That bid it could be going, my friend.
It's looking safe right now, though. It is looking safe.
The thing is, Lewis is behind Max on track, so arguably he gets to choose, right? Because he can react to whatever Max does.
Yeah.
It just depends because it's still yellow flag 1 and 3.
And he has closed the gap down by 2 seconds in about 4 laps.
So it'll be really ballsy and racy from Mercedes to box Hamilton again, put him on soft,
It would.
and get him right up the chuff of Verstappen for
It
the
would.
safety car restart.
It would. Safety
there it
car
is.
confirmed.
Safety car, let's have it.
Oh,
Safety.
Steve.
Ooh,
Come
careful,
on.
lads, jeez.
Oh, what's happening here? Oh, yes. We've got a race on our hands.
I'm surprised that didn't come out earlier, that safety car, because they weren't recovering that car anytime soon.
No.
Here we go.
Oh.
Right.
So
Verstappen
Max
box. Verstappen
So
box.
this is what for the softs. It looks like they've got
For
them
softs.
lined up.
Hamilton has to box as well then,
obviously
surely.
will jump on that as well. Oh mate, this is what we wanted.
So it should be a straight fight. Max and Lewis on soft.
and who do you think
This
got
is-
more pace?
Or do you do the
Delta.
opposite to Lewis and just keep Lewis out?
Yeah, but surely Max on
opposite to
softs is
Max,
gonna.
sorry.
That's gonna.
That's rapid, isn't it?
Oh, they use softs going on to Max as well.
That's all they got left.
Hamilton staying out.
Hamilton staying out. Oh my
Interesting.
gosh. Don't gas me. Don't gas me.
So
on to
Verstappen's
some air, boys.
on scrub
Hey,
softs
last
here.
20 laps as well, it's all kicked off, just like
Yeah,
you said.
we
Just-
said
we
it.
said
Oh,
it.
Russell's ahead of
end.
Verstappen as well.
On.
Yep.
Russell's just come out ahead of Verstappen.
Oh, please, Russell. You've
So
got to
George
get
can play the
elbows
team
out.
game, man. Come on, George. Play that team game,
Come
boy.
on.
I reckon he's got it.
Oh, Albon's in the pits, everyone. 3.8. Fucking hell, Williams. They were good at pit stops last year. That was like the only thing they've been good at last year.
Carl, was it you that said Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc?
No, I had Leclerc Verstappen.
Oh,
So you got-
I don't
okay, yeah,
think
that's not.
that's going to happen.
So Verstappen
And I
Leclerc.
also said Alonso in fifth. So we've got quite a bit of work to do here,
Yeah.
but anything, all to play for.
Keep the
this
dream
is really-
alive.
Yes, come on.
This has messed up the order massively.
Yep.
Albon P12. Go on, Alex. But yeah, you've got Verstappen and Leclerc both on used softs. So they're not fresh, super sticky. And then obviously you've got Hamilton and Russell on the mediums, but they are good on their tyres in race anyway.
I've got anxiety.
This has been good. I've enjoyed this.
You've got 8 laps
Yeah,
on
I'm
Hamilton
enjoying
and
it.
Lewis's tyre.
The
Hamilton and
anticipation
Lewis.
of what can happen now as well. This is the good.
So
bit.
what? Okay, now we know this. Who do we think's winning this race?
Hang on, I think we need to get the predictions back
Yeah,
up
do
again as
another
well.
Yeah,
poll.
let's have a look at that. Oh, I
Has
missed
that
that comment.
Alfa Romeo
Oh.
just broken down again? It's just
Another
broken
Alfa
down
Romeo.
again.
This happened to Bottas.
No, this is just a replay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh,
He's just
oh,
broken
okay. I
down
thought you meant-
because it's
my
happened
bad.
so many. It happened.
Where
when
was
did
it? When was
when did
the
he
last
break
time
down?
it happened? He came off to the left, right?
Yeah,
I remember.
It was towards the end. Was it
before the
Hungary?
break.
I think it was Hungary. He was like the only DNF that race.
Yeah.
Ah, so was this under? No, that.
This
yellow.
is that new cam we were talking about, right, fellas?
Oh, there was a yellow flag. I
Was
saw
there?
that, right.
Okay. But the pit board, there you go. It's
yellow
clear
flag.
as day, isn't
Yellow
it?
He's gonna have to give that
How
back.
did he miss that? The bloke's literally hanging off the edge.
Right, let's get our predictions up from earlier and see how we're doing at the
Oh,
moment.
look at Freeze off the go!
I've still
Damn.
gone.
Yeah.
Nothing. No
Chip,
green.
even
It's
after
not
all that, my
looking
friend,
good.
you're still.
It's not looking good.
Cow out of nowhere.
What do you mean out of nowhere, man? Like this is, and I'm close to having
I've
all
still got
top
faith.
four
I've still got
correct.
faith in my
Oh,
ball.
who they just boxed?
We'll see.
How much?
We'll see.
No, that's
Oh
George.
no,
isn't it?
they
Yeah.
put. Oh
They've
no.
just
they
picked
done
George
that?
again.
No, they
Max
pitted
is back
Hamilton.
in the pit.
Wait,
What-
everyone's coming in.
What is
Hold
going
on a second. What the?
Oh, safety
They've
car
got
through the
repit
pit
lane.
lane.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Might
Right,
help if
sorry.
I read.
Bloody hell.
We all got confused there. Safety car through the pit
Yeah,
lane.
I'll-
Oh, right, because they need because of
recover
where
the
Bottas has
car.
broken down. They need to route them all through
Yeah.
the pit lane.
So,
that
can you still make a pit stop going through the pit lane?
yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Which a lot of them are taking advantage of.
yes. Unsafe release, maybe.
Was that
Ferrari into the front of an Alpine.
This Alpine and Ferrari battle is.
They're scrapping.
They are scrapping. Oh, Alonso's up to 7th.
Wow.
Right, come on, everyone. Get that like button clicked. Get sharing. Tell everyone. Tell your friend.
Go on.
Tell
Hit
your cousin.
subscribe.
Tell your dog.
Tell your
Get on it.
nan.
And also Podcast Tuesdays, which we'll be filming shortly after we wrap this up as well. I think we're gonna. I think what
Who's
we'll
your
do.
guest, Tommo? Who's your
I think
guest?
we'll sit down, Dan. And we'll have a little get all the little stories,
that'd
the
be
little
nice.
intricacies, all the dirt on Red
It's
Bull.
a
yeah?
date. It's a date.
If you're looking forward to that, then
Yeah.
this is just twisted on its head, man.
What do I look like to you? Am I? What am I?
I need a bit more juice.
I'm like
some
a runner.
cranberry juice.
I'm a runner.
Mate, I'm so excited for this race now, Tommo. There's been a fire lit.
Yeah, this is. It's improved my mood.
I'm a
When
little
I first
bit.
knew I had to come on here with Tommo today. I wasn't.
I'm slightly confused here as to why Mercedes chose
There's
to
some
box
madness
George.
going on here now.
Because George was that gap between
Yeah.
Max and Hamilton, and now they've dropped him back behind Max. So now it's. I don't understand why
But
they've
George
done
is
that.
on
And-
softs now.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying George? Yeah, but
George is on softs.
surely
now he's behind
Max
Max.
is on softs and we got Hamilton on mediums. Like this is just going to be.
Is that a fumble?
Could well be.
Oh,
But then why didn't? Yeah. So did Lewis have to go through the pit lane again?
They all did, I think.
Yeah. They just follow the car through now.
Here we go then. I wanted to ask this, by the way. What you guys might know this. Why is it that Williams do have that very different steering wheel?
It's ugly.
They've had that for a long time, actually.
Yeah, and
The
it's because they've got
displays-
it different where the display doesn't move.
Yeah, because that's exactly the same as it was on the last generation of car, isn't it?
Yeah, and
mean,
they
Not
just-
that a while.
Yeah, they're the only team who do that, didn't
stick
they?
it. They stick it out.
Yeah.
No, I
Do the drivers like it?
Nah, man, it looks ugly.
You would have thought, like, obviously you're turning the wheel and then your hands are obstructing the.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because the screen's just in the middle, and when you turn it, your hands in the way of the
follows it.
screen.
Yeah, it is weird. It
But
is
at the
weird.
same time, when you're turning the wheel anyway, I mean, can you see the screen that well?
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Yeah, you could. I guess you could argue like it's a bit less weight in the wheel, so
Yeah.
gives you a bit more feel.
I just
I'm not
remember
sure.
when I started a career mode on F1 with Williams, and I went, "Why have I done this? What is this steering wheel?"
Mate, this race is all kind of jumbled up now.
Lap
Lap
time.
cars-
That brings back good memories for me.
Lap cars
No.
may now overtake the safety car.
Missed that.
Throwback.
They do it because it's cheaper, Tim Smulders says.
There you go.
There you go. Williams
Big up,
taking
Tim.
a bit of money. George is trying to win, said Javier.
Why box Russell? That's the question we're all asking right now.
George needs to attack Max
Is
here
Mercedes thinking that Russell will
give any
overtake
chance.
Verstappen?
Here.
potentially.
Yeah. No.
And that was from Shrek.
I think Mercedes race pace isn't any like it's very good around this track. You just got to wonder, like, you know, with this far into the race, fuel loads are lower. How are the? I don't know, man. You got to think that it's looking good for Max, but
Regardless of who wins,
Lewis.
I'm very impressed with the pace of Mercedes at this track.
especially considering last weekend where they were absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
And obviously after all that, well, let's talk a little bit about the what was it? Not the technical regulation change. What did they call it?
Flexi floor.
Yeah, the flexi. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? The thing they changed in the rules, whatever it's called.
There's
Someone in live chat tell us.
It's
This is what we're saying. Sorry.
What did he say?
Hamilton's
No, no.
complaining,
Go for it.
saying it's going to be hard to keep
It is.
Max behind him now because they lost George in between them.
Yeah, that could be a massive fumble there.
This is. Oh, I bet you
We'll
wish
see.
you could drive right
yeah,
up next to
Max
him.
is wishing that thing was back.
We'll
I can tell
see.
he's just itching to go and get right
come
next
on,
to that front
man.
wing.
I really hope.
what do you
Lewis
hope?
can hold
Tom?
on.
What do you hope?
I really hope Lewis holds on.
Come on, Lewis, man, do it. But you know what the worst thing is? This crowd is gonna go sick if he overtakes him.
I tell you what,
They're gonna go
Will
sick.
is out there now as a Hamilton fan
Yeah.
watching what could be Hamilton's first win of the season, and he's gonna have
Oh,
this
he'll
could
go
be- this could be
mental.
belter for Will.
Yeah, Will is a massive Hamilton
George, you
fan.
need to send it, man. You need to be right on Max's gearbox. Like Lewis and George need to
Please, I need-
choreograph
Like he
this
genuinely
restart.
has to.
I'm shaking.
Sorry, I can't describe it. This is
Nervous.
Oh, well, we got
This is a shit you love.
we got a banger towards the end. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
As
Yeah.
predicted, we had this.
Again, on paper, Spa
What a
should have been a
lineup.
banger and wasn't. But this is on paper not a great overtaking track. But we've had a few
Well,
incidents.
Leclerc as
and
well.
it's
Leclerc's not out of the picture, is he? Can't just count him out
for
either.
sure. For sure.
Literally
Definitely
right
not.
behind Russell.
Oh, man. I've got anxiety. Get rid of this car, man. It's been out for ages.
Respect to the guy on the screen that went to go get his beers during the safety car.
Right, so here we go. Safety car is ending.
That was Orange Army.
Lewis is now.
Oh, my God. Look
leading
at him! Yeah. Come on, Lewis. Let's go.
Whoa.
Please.
He's going to get smoked, and you boys, he's going to get smoked.
He's
I don't
not
want to
hot.
watch
Keep-
this.
Keep your faith
How long
in
does
your
he
boy.
hold on for?
Come on, Lewis.
He's bolted. He's bolted.
He's off.
He's off.
George needs
No.
to be closer, though.
No.
No DRS.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Verstappen's
Why
so
George
close.
so close?
Oh, he's just going to
wow.
drive past
Just-
him.
No.
He didn't even have DRS.
Oh, he's close though. No.
Lewis
Nah,
is...
that's actually
No.
joke, man.
That's it. Done.
Oh, boys.
Oh, Mercedes, what am I
really know.
watching?
They-
Fumbled that bag with pitting George.
Perez
Yeah.
behind Sainz as
Why
well.
did they pay him?
And it'd be really funny now if Leclerc does George. Which I think he might.
This
I think
is...
he really might.
You got to say Mercedes seems to have bottled
What
that.
a...
Why?
Damn.
When does DRS come back on?
To be fair, as well, like,
Next lap, I think.
yeah. It's
Do,
2 laps,
do
I
we
think.
think that Hamilton can still do this?
The thing is, right, Verstappen passed Lewis with no DRS and not coming out of a corner that, I don't think the tyre would have made a difference to that overtake, personally.
So what, you just think the pace of
Maybe
the
a bit
car?
of traction.
But it's that last banked corner. Max could probably hold on a bit more, if you know what I mean.
Then Lewis should have not gone as soon as he did.
Look at this, man.
How old
That's
are
a
because these are a
Vio.
used set of softs, so like,
Yeah, I think they only done like 3 laps. So I don't think they
so
were
it's
like
really not
used.
that bad then.
I think, should Lewis have pulled the trigger later? Because he's entitled to go all the way up to the line
Yeah.
before he gets the hammer down, you know? So it's easy to say in hindsight, isn't it?
He's
He's already
never
gapping.
mind.
He's already
No,
gapping.
man, it's
It's
done.
done. There's only 10 laps left. He's got the softs on.
Well, look, from a championship point of view, it's not what any neutral would have wanted because Max looks like he's going to extend his lead to 3 figures.
His
Well, I'm
championship
having a
is
great time, Tomo. Let me just say
I
thank you.
thought you weren't invested in Red. I thought you don't work for him anymore. See?
No, but, you know,
What was the gap coming into
me
this
cheering
race,
for
though?
Max
And the
upsets a
beard's
lot of
safe.
people on Twitter. So
Yeah, you're just happy the beard's safe.
We're just happy as the bit.
Exactly.
That's horrendous.
What was the gap, Tommo? Championship gap before coming into this race?
It was between Max and Sergio. It was 93. Between Max and Charles, it was 98.
Cool.
So it's going to be over.
When
100
does it
now.
become
No, it's already,
impossible?
mate, it's
No,
gone.
I mean on a
mathematically,
mathematical
It don't matter. It's
viewpoint.
it can be as quick
As
as
things
Suzuka,
are going,
I
Max
think,
will win
Yeah.
with like 4 to
but I
go.
don't know what the specifics are.
Yeah.
This has been, that is, the fact that you just did him on that straight with like nothing is, that's what hurts.
There's definitely got to be questions around why they boxed George.
Yeah,
Just what?
because George could have defended. Yeah, that's
We could
very
have
weird.
actually been watching Dan getting rid of his entire
Yeah.
bear, Hamilton win. We could have been seeing that today.
Yeah.
And they've actually fumbled it.
Because on the radio they're saying apparently George called to come in. He wanted to come in, but like Hamilton said, that was the biggest fuck up. Jinx.
I actually
Jinx.
feel
It was. It was.
But you
It
got-
was a massive fuck
Has
up.
George wanted to come in
You
because
gotta
he
leave.
thinks he has a shot at doing it as well? Is that
Nah,
potentially
man.
what's
Just-
going on
George
there?
said the tyres felt weird.
now
Whatever that
Hamilton's
means.
got the problem with George's got softs right
Yeah,
behind.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
So I think George
Oh,
has
like he's going to get smoked.
I think he's looked out for himself there.
Yeah, but who cares, man? Like,
He's
you
going to look out for himself.
Yeah.
The team has
it's,
to.
It's true, but they should have come in and
intervene.
said, look, we've got a win on the cards here.
Yeah.
If you just can hold up Max.
I
Yeah.
can't believe that George is going to do it.
It would have
And
still
if
been a-
I'm Lewis, I'm going sick.
I would be fuming.
It would have
This
still
is
been a lot to
this
ask
is-
for Lewis to win this race on the medium tyre with Max, even P3 on a soft. But
Yeah.
it gives you a chance.
Yeah.
And I just think it was just done.
Sure. I mean, he could have done Russell on that first corner
Yeah.
though, straight off the bat as well.
Yeah.
And then
Here we go.
Hamilton
George
just-
is going to make the move on
One
Lewis,
there.
but here by the looks of
this
it.
is-
Wow.
And nah, Lewis.
Oh my
God! Holy smoke!
Lewis, that was a bit late, mate. That was a bit late,
that
man.
is what you love to see.
That looks a
Because
bit
he's
late
pissed,
to me,
man. He's
man.
pissed.
I don't blame
Yeah,
him.
but you can't do that to your teammate, man. That looked a bit
Lewis
late
is
to me.
fuming.
Did that look late, didn't it?
It did.
George was a lot like, I don't know.
I don't know what the rules
That looked a bit late to
specifically
me.
are, but it was one direction change, which I think you're allowed.
Yeah, but
Here we
it's
go.
a late
He's on the
direction
radio.
I
change.
can't believe you guys. Whoa. I've seen a lot of
Oh,
few
Lewis.
asterisks there, man.
Look, he's saying he can't
Lewis
believe
is-
you
that
fucked
is-
him.
Look, fair enough.
That's
Oh
the
my
heated.
God.
That's the most heated I think
Yeah.
I've heard Hamilton in a while.
And
I ain't seen that in a
especially
minute.
the fact that George is on the softs as well. I think that just adds like insult to injury.
Oh
You know what I
my
mean?
god.
Oh, here we go.
He's livid.
It didn't look too bad from that
like
angle.
Russell was,
On the onboard, it looked maybe not.
Russell was keeping it a bit closer.
I want to see the onboard again. Okay. We're not gonna, Toto's looking.
Toto knows he's fumbled the bag, yeah.
Oh, the glasses, the headset.
He's
That's
livid.
it.
He's
Glasses
livid.
are
He's
off.
done. Oh, mate, that's put a dampener on my mood. I thought we were
We
in for
expecting
a
a bit of
spicy ending.
awkwardness.
Yeah, that's not
For
going to be.
Russell and Hamilton.
That's not going to be.
No,
comfortable.
you reckon?
I'd like to be in that debrief.
Yeah,
Put it that
look,
way.
say.
I don't think. Oh, here we go. Oh no, Lewis is falling.
What-
Leclerc's now going to get Hamilton.
Oh, we're finished. We're finished.
Hamilton's race is
Lewis
done.
has gone from potentially fighting for
Yeah.
the.
Wins.
Or do we just think that
Mercedes
these
have done.
it's just the tires just aren't.
Yeah, Mercedes have done a Ferrari, haven't they? They've cocked up.
Don't say that, man.
They've
That's
cocked up the strategy,
disrespectful.
man. Because look, like George is going to be fine. He'll be P2 comfortable.
I can't believe that Ferrari are going to out-strategize
cool down-
Mercedes here. This is
That
tough to
was
take.
That
You know, the
that
room where they
decision
go in
has fucked
afterwards.
over Lewis.
Yeah, that would. I can't wait to see that.
Well, they get
Hamilton
audio
stays.
in there now. don't
Yeah,
they?
and it's the
So-
podium that goes in. Podium, yeah.
I want to see that George
Oh,
onboard
that's
again
why.
because I'm really not sure how I just felt. I don't know. Maybe
Get the
not.
champagne out on that podium. Let's see what happens.
Because from the above camera, it didn't look
No.
like
The
Lewis
above, it
moved
looked
late.
all right.
But on boards, I don't know. It looks a bit sketchy. But there's always it's a grey area, isn't it? Of defence. What's okay, what isn't.
So the big ding dong battle that we were hoping for is now actually for third, not first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, 6 to go. Three
Oh,
seconds.
he's going to get done here.
Verstappen.
He's going to get.
Oh,
Nah,
man.
this is
Aye.
tough to
Hamilton's
watch.
in free fall now. Yeah. Mercedes have fucked him over here.
Oh, this is sad, man.
You got to say George made the right call.
Oh, shut up, Chip, man. Chip's gassed.
George,
Both of his boys are on the podium, man.
It's like for me because I support the best drivers. But I wanted to see Dan. I wanted to see Dan losing that bid. We could have seen a clean-shaven Dan, and it would have
Look,
been.
there's still laps to go. Max could spin this.
Did we
And
see
now I've got to
any?
listen to Cal moan for the rest of the day. So you understand my pain.
Did we see any radio from Lewis asking? Because I do wonder if Lewis asked to go on the softs. I'd be interested to hear like after the facts, like because George asked for it and got them, but then that cost position. But look, we can see Lewis's pace now. He's just falling off. Like he would have got overtaken even if they'd have kept Lewis in
he
P,
might even
George in
drop to
P2.
fifth if Sainz can catch up.
Yeah.
He is as well.
If he gets
You're
in
right.
that DRS, I'd
right.
say I think he's finishing fifth.
No,
But then you've got
it
Perez.
could be worse.
But then you've got
Yeah.
Perez right on Sainz with that.
Mate, this could be really
The
bad for
tracking
Hamilton here.
graphics are unbelievable, by the way. I love them.
Good, aren't they? Clever.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Got some chat coming up
What the
here.
chat
This
says?
is some
Ooh.
Arsenal and Ferrari type bottle job. Russell did nothing wrong. Stop blaming Russell. It's Lewis's caught his own fault.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's blaming Russell
Yeah.
here. I think it's
George
definitely
did the right
team.
thing
I
by
think
him.
it's the
things here.
team that should have made the call. It's not Russell's fault. He
George
did.
did the right thing by him for sure.
He wanted to get. Look, it's his race too.
Lando
if
scrapping
he-
with
He wants to get that
Fernando.
podium. The team should have put them
gonna
both
be
on
a-
the sauce from the start.
Big talking point after this race.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Red Bull Merc Ferrari podium. When was the last time that happened?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
When was the last
quite a
time that
while.
happened?
It's a good shout, that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually quite exciting. Lots of different badges. It's very pleasing on the eye.
That gap between Russell and Verstappen just isn't moving, is it? This is going to be Verstappen
This is-
26 points because he's got fastest lap
I
at the
feel
minute as well.
sick. I feel sick.
I feel like, by the way, if you are watching it and you have not subscribed, that's something you should do.
Yes.
And we have not plugged that yet.
Yeah,
Turn
come
on
on.
notifications because the boys, Tommo and Niran, will be live with different guests for every race weekend. And we've got another one next week, Tommo.
Oh, yes.
Where is it? Where are we off to?
Well, we're off to Monza and nearest back.
This is Albano.
Mate, I'm excited for Monza. That Williams straight line speed has got me prepared. But yes, we've got Niran back,
Yep.
Arav,
Ooh,
and
that's a lineup.
your mate, Blake.
Yeah.
Who was
Another ex-Red Bull engineer.
Really?
Wow.
Max
The
Verstappen's
lineup on
performance
these
engineer.
shows have been fantastic. And then you got me
So
and
if you
Cal.
think this
Sorry
man-
to let you down.
If you think this man knows Will,
Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Which I don't, but...
Well, I'd hope you do if you worked in wheel.
Well, excuse me, who is it that got the Niki Lauda and the
the
McLaren?
He's definitely
and
done
all
his
that?
research beforehand, Mister. I didn't look at the sheet.
What do we think of Perez being on the mediums as well? Because Perez and Hamilton, the only two cars on the entire track that are on medium tyres. That's a bit weird, considering the opportunity was there for everyone to comfortably stop for softs.
Perez did pit under the safety car, the second one as well, didn't he, for those mediums?
Safe to
Don't
say we
know.
got the max winner then, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, unless that engine just goes chocolate mode.
Oh, don't. I can't take that much
5
drama.
seconds time penalty for Carlos Sainz.
You can't rule it out.
Oh, well done, Sainz. You're now...
5-second penalty for Carlos Sainz. Well, that saves Lewis's P4, I think.
Wait, was that for Sainz?
Yeah.
So he's going to be, oh no. He's going to be 9th? 10th?
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, that's...
It means Alonso's one step closer to 5th.
So wait, was that
You're right. You are right.
Was that 5 seconds?
I've fumbled this though.
Was that 5-second penalty because of...
Unsafe pit release. I think, which is the one... Was it the one where him and the
Yeah.
Alpine?
Oh wait,
him
so
and
he
Alonso.
actually got done for the.
No,
Not the wheel
there
gun,
was
the
a
one
second
where
one.
the Alpine.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
I think it was
Because
Ocon or something.
Ferrari have given us a choice of dangerous releases to pick.
Literally.
This is just
Literally.
Ferrari life.
This is mad.
I can't believe this.
It's not good, man.
What are we saying for the points wise? So Stroll is P10 at the minute, so he's looking like the driver to pick up 1 point. Alonso got ahead of Ocon actually. I didn't spot that. I wonder if that was in the pit
Probably
stops
strategy
or-
related, yeah.
Yeah, because they're pretty similar. I think Alonso's been faster this year, but I think
big
in
up.
this race, here we go, Ocon radio. Sainz has a 5-second penalty. Yeah, so everyone's licking their lips behind now because there's potentially more points on the board.
Sorry, where does that 5 seconds put him? Is he even in? He's put 1,
So right
2,
now-
3, 4. He's just on the edge of
up.
points. He's
Yeah.
going to be like 8th, 9th.
That potentially Perez, Alonso, Norris, Ocon, and
Everyone
maybe
is
even Stroll.
sending it now.
I think he's going down to 10th here.
And Sainz is struggling on his tyres. Perez goes around the outside.
Oh, he left him nothing.
Oh, Sainz didn't leave him much room there. Had to get on the gravel.
Wow.
Was he far enough
Yeah, that's
along
hard to
get
tell.
to be entitled to that space?
I
And
think
now that's
so.
put him right back into Alonso's.
Alonso for 5th place. Here come on the boy.
Sainz, that's it. Sainz pushes Perez into the gravel, so then Perez holds up the ones behind so that Sainz still gets P5. That's what he's trying to do.
That's some big brain thinking. there.
Listen.
There's levels. to
Someone
this
at Ferrari's
knowledge.
got to bring the big brain thinking, and it's definitely not the strategy team. Here we go. Yeah. So Perez goes for the attack into turn 1. Around the
He's
outside.
up alongside him. Alongside.
So what is the rule?
He's halfway
on-
alongside.
Yeah, it's halfway, right?
I mean,
it's
there's
always-
the rule and then what you think racing should be. And I think there is a bit of a discrepancy there in most fans.
He
Perez
pushed me off.
pushed
I
him
don't
off.
know, you know.
That is a nice wig. I like that.
I can't believe these lot are actually going to be able to witness it.
Here we go. Almost done. Verstappen's looking comfortable. George Russell P2, Charles Leclerc P3.
I think I've now got a green on my prediction.
You do.
I've finally got one green.
I
guys.
have
Who is it?
a green on mine.
Do
Do
you?
you reckon?
Yeah,
Do you
Russell
reckon?
second.
Do you reckon?
Go on, man.
I've got a green on
Well,
mine.
We'll
I think
reflect on
I
that.
think everyone's
Come on
got a
then.
prediction right.
Come
Yeah.
on then. Let's have a look. Oh, hello. Oh, now I'm in the mud.
Have I got one
Me and
after all
Dan have
that?
fallen off.
But
Yeah.
It's just a match
Washed.
I think I might have said Sainz 5th as well. I'm not too sure.
We've totally fallen off.
Yeah, we have.
Look at Calfreezy there. Still rocking.
These two,
Damn.
man.
Zero wheel knowledge from me and
Shocking.
Tommo.
Shocking. We need to give our channels to these two, I think. It's done.
I'm
Serious.
sure they'll,
Serious.
Arizona.
I'm sure they'll love
Real.
all 2,000 of my subscribers.
Every one of them
Yeah, but
counts,
your
man.
Twitch is popping, Dan. Your Twitch.
Thank you.
Go follow at NGMode11 on Twitter. You won't regret it.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Did you say you
I do a
stream?
bit of Twitter.
He's
I
got
do
the-
a bit
the
of
tweets are
Twitch.
good. The tweets are
and
good.
YouTube.
Okay.
But
You
the
love
YouTube channel is dead. The Twitch is pretty much dead.
Right.
Nice.
This is
You
not
can't,
how
you can't,
you
you
sell
can't
yourself.
plug them and then just start calling them.
I'm
That's not how
a
this
man
works.
of honesty. I'm a
He's
man
a
of
man
honesty.
of integrity. That's why
But I
he's
must
here.
say the Twitter is definitely worth checking out because
Yeah.
some of the tweets are quality.
Yeah.
And if you want to get more insights, F1.
Absolutely.
That's where it's at.
Dan's one of your guys.
Cows, the Red Bull ain't lucky. They've just got mad lucky twice. I mean, yeah, I can't. Look, Max hasn't done too much wrong, has he? At the end of the day, he's kind of done what he's had to do, and he's going to win this race.
It's crazy to me that people came into this thinking that Max wouldn't win.
Fuck you, Chip.
It just really is crazy.
Yeah, but he might not have. This wasn't a. Don't like.
It was close.
This isn't a cakewalk. This isn't like last week.
It's not over yet, guys.
No, shut up. Look at these up. They're celebrating. It just irritates me, man.
This is going to be over 100
I
points now.
love the Orange Army, man. They're dedicated to the cause.
I respect it. I just would have
True.
loved an away victory today.
I thought they were just all massive McLaren fans.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Look at this grandstand. It's going to be
Here we go.
rocking.
Max
no,
Turner, Mini
Turner.
Verstappen wins the
The players.
2022 Dutch Grand Prix.
Absolute belter.
Well done, Max.
I wonder if they set fire to
argue.
the grass like they did last year. Those fireworks.
George Russell P2, Charles Leclerc P3, Lewis Hamilton P4 in the end.
Hamilton is
I
going to
cannot wait
feel
for
extremely
Hamilton.
hard done by
Ooh.
that.
Yeah,
He
man.
could have.
He didn't even end up on a podium. If
That-
you told
yeah.
me that at the safety
That's
car, I
peak,
said you were
man.
nuts.
Yeah.
Science down to P8.
That's a massive fumble.
So Norris, Alonso, and Perez all gained
Alonso
off of
just
Sainz.
off of
Oh,
fifth
nearly.
place. Come
You were
on,
close.
guys.
You were close.
Serious wheel.
Well, Schumacher got Vettel at the end by the looks of it, because I just saw that change.
Stroll got a point.
Yeah, well done, Lance. Well done, Lance.
Daniel Ricciardo started 17th and finished 17th.
Strong. Consistency's key.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good
I
race for
just hope
Danny,
he
is it?
doesn't. I still really hope he doesn't leave the sport, even if he does end up at a
Gosh.
Haas or a Williams or whatever. Still want
What's
him in.
what's the strategist name that's Red Bull?
Hannah Schmidt.
Hannah.
Yeah.
Hannah's won it again.
Yeah, big up
Hannah has
Hannah.
won it again for Red Bull.
Big
They
up.
made the right calls.
It's just consistent. They're just doing. I think Red Bull just do the simple, the things that look simple. They do them well consistently. And I
Driver
think
of the
that's
day.
where other teams kind of get caught out.
Who's the driver today? Cal?
Hamilton.
What does this do for the
Yeah.
Constructors'
That's
Championship?
Stefan to me.
Yeah,
How
that's
close to
interesting,
Mercedes
actually.
and Ferrari now? Because
I think Mercedes might be ahead. You know,
really,
we'll see. Don't trust me.
I
on
know
that.
they were close.
What in the
but
constructors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because now Sainz P8, so he
Yeah.
only gets 4 points for that, and Leclerc P3, he gets 15.
Yeah.
That's
Was it
19.
15, 18, 25?
I'm glad they banned all those flares.
That's gone well.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're
after the race,
on
fine.
TV doing
Ain't got a
it.
problem.
Like, surely they're just going to... Oh, there's a few out now.
There you
Wow.
go.
Do you
Max
get
Verstappen
banned
wins.
from the GPs for that?
Mate, there's too many. The whole place
Yeah,
would be
you
banned.
can't.
You
Yeah,
just
that
can't
went
front.
well. The sign, you saw the sign on the entry to the GP
I don't
saying
think
no
there'll be too
flares.
because the race is done.
Yeah,
so I
race
can't-
ends.
it's
I'm
fine.
not, yeah.
Yeah, I think this.
I mean, they were quite respectful in the fact that they didn't really let them off during the race.
Right, now I'll let my one off.
yeah.
Set the fire alarms. off.
Driver of the, I'm going to actually say George Russell, just because he made that call to come in on the
Yeah.
softs, even though Mercedes wanted to keep him on the mediums, and I think you need to give him credit for that. So I'm going to say George.
Got himself a P2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did well.
Yeah. I'm thinking signs.
You must be on a wind up,
The
mate.
silence.
To be
was
fair, he didn't do
crazy,
too
man.
much wrong himself.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
Yeah, he
it
got
was
finesse.
more
Well,
his
no, he
team.
did come out of the pit lane and got himself the 5-second penalty. Was that him or who,
No, that
who
was-
decides that?
Yeah, so he's let out. So it's a
Okay.
light. He's not
Okay.
got no. Yeah,
So
that's all
not
on the
actually
team.
on him.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Yeah,
I'm just going to
he's-
say Alonso because I love the drama.
yeah.
P7,
Fine.
good.
Love
good
it.
I'm just gonna
result.
stick with
Ahead of his
Max.
teammates. as well.
P6 actually.
P6, sorry.
Have
There you
some
go.
respect.
Sticking with
Yeah.
Max. He came to do what he did, and it's
Smashed it.
P1 as predicted.
Yeah,
As normal.
there you go.
Whereas Tommo was calling for a Max DNF, I heard. I think.
No, I said he will either win the race or not finish. So
Can the
So
producers
you can't
bring
bring
it
it
up?
up, right? Yeah, but that's not exactly a
Technically, I was
bold
correct.
prediction.
Right, predictions on screen. Come on then. Who won?
Let's
Who
go.
won?
Oh, I only got one.
Oh, we all.
Oh, shit. Shit with us.
because it was all
So
Sainz's
there's-
thing, man, where he got the penalty.
Yeah.
So there's no
Yeah.
winner. There's just a big chip.
I think we're all just equally.
I think that me and Dan showed heart.
Yeah.
And I think
What does that
I
even
think-
mean?
I think what happened was
You literally
I
had
meant
the
to put
easiest one, and you got it.
Perez fifth.
Yeah.
But I guess a winner, and if you didn't guess a winner, you must not know wheel.
If you didn't, exactly.
You
What's
lot.
most important?
Just think,
He
if
won.
we had gone
did
for the
Chip start
boring
making the rules?
choice, we'd have smoked it.
There you go. Well, that was
close, guys.
That was a better race than I expected it to be. Actually, what
lot
we
better.
quick one out of
Enjoyed that.
what we saying out of 10? What did we
6.5.
feel for that enjoyment
I'll give
experience?
it a 7 because the anticipation at the safety car had me thinking Hamilton win, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So.
It was just disappointed in the fashion in which it happened. There was no DR. He just went past him.
What we saying, chat? Get some numbers down in the live chat. What do you think, Dan? Out of 10?
I'd probably say about a 7, but it was very much a race that was won in the pit lane in terms of who boxed when and tyre strategies and things like that. But I thought it was an interesting race. So yeah,
Seen a couple 7s. Someone said a 7.8, very specific.
7.8.
F in the chat for
6.
Ferrari.
Even someone saying an 8.
High analytics. A lot of
Well,
sevens.
it was better than last weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah.
A country mile.
Pleasantly surprised. And also going
Tempo with a
into
7
the
as
next
well.
weekend at Monza, if Daniel Ricciardo's going to turn up at any track, surely it's Monza.
yeah.
Well, I
McLaren.
hope so. McLaren was there was nothing from McLaren, so it was just quiet.
What do we think? How will my
my
boys at Mercedes get on at Monza? Is it going to be an L? Be honest with me.
I don't think straight line speed is their forte. We saw that at Spa.
Williams,
A podium would be a surprise.
Williams,
Really?
though.
Is it that? Is it going to be that?
Get me
that tough?
Albano in Q3.
Listen, Josh knows, right? Josh knows. That's Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc. That is your podium for the 2022 Dutch Grand Prix. Boys, this was fun.
It was fantastic.
Thank you for having
us
me on. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. And I'm not quite Niran, but he'll be back next week.
He will be back next week.
I think you held your own, mate.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
tried
know
to
what?
provide a noob's insight.
Asking the important questions.
Yeah.
I think it's important to having a variety of different people on, like different opinions and perspectives. And
2 veterans of F1, 2 degenerates.
Yeah. It's a
But when
great
it mattered,
combination.
who came out with the bang?
Yeah.
Nicky Lauda,
Keeps reminding me, and
1985.
I love it.
Whatever. Wear that like a badge,
That's my
my friend.
biggest support right there, Dan. I'll be dropping you a couple of retweets.
That's for sure.
the least I can do.
And Dan, mate,
Thanks, champ.
did you enjoy? Have you
my
enjoyed
time here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
we're
it
going
was-
to have a chat later on the podcast, which will be out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So keep
And
an eye out.
I've remained fully bearded, so I'd
Yeah.
say that's a win. We've
Yeah,
done
to
all
be
I
right.
fair.
believe you've got away with that.
Yeah.
that
I cannot
is-
believe
was
that.
close.
We were robbed of a moment.
close.
We were robbed of an epic moment.
That would have
there.
been so sick as well, because we could have shaved you after this, and then for the podcast, that
Yeah.
would
Bullet, yes.
more people would have watched the podcast. We'll watch it anyway, but never
Yeah,
mind.
I should remind people, by the way, that the full podcast is out on Spotify and audio platforms, which you can listen to, and that'll be between Dan and
Exactly.
Tommo. They'll be dropping serious
Exactly.
wheel knowledge, and it'll be one to listen
Exactly.
to, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all clips will be going up on the YouTube channel kind of throughout. We've got Reels, we've got TikTok, we've got all that good stuff. So be sure to keep an eye out. Don't forget to quickly like the stream as well before we finish, because that does really help out.
Absolutely.
And subscribe to the
Or
channel.
If you don't subscribe, Helmut Marko will be in your cupboard at night, and he'll come out and get you.
Right.
And
You heard it from the man.
This man knows helmets, so
Yeah.
this man can make it
And
happen.
that's
don't
how
want
we
that.
overtook Mr. Beast. I'll say right there.
No, go follow all of us. Go follow the newly verified Tommo F1.
Oh, yeah.
Go follow.
He had to drop that one more time.
Come on, boys. You only live once. Go follow Engine Mode 11 on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
You probably follow these boys already.
The troops.
And we're going to wrap it here.
It's been amazing.
Amazing. Thank you for having me on.
Cheers, everyone.
Appreciate
We'll
it.
see you next weekend for Monza.
Laters.